The posse question their captive, learn how draconians are created, and their motivations for seeking the source of the magical taint. They decide to ransom their prisoner Traxis for the Rod of Comfort, and while they wait Braxis's return, Tristel works her magic on the prisoner to learn more about their warlike nature, as well as their numbers and camp location. It is during their conversation when Traxis is assassinated and poor Tristel loses another companion. Enraged, the posse track down the assassins and plan to ambush them. However, their quarry starts to move before Khyra is in place, so the ambush is sprung prematurely. Surprise works in their favor, and they slay their foes, finally managing to kill Braxis. Upon death, Braxis turns to dust, leaving behind his possessions, among which they find the Rod of Comfort. A bereaved Pearl collects some of the dusty remains of Braxis as a memento, while the others loot anything of value. Victorious, the heroes return home and arrange a small festival to celebrate. After a period of rest, the posse decide to set out on their next noble and righteous quest, bringing mead to the village of Trog Canyon. Along the journey, they come across a group of raiders. With foes this close to the village, they decide to stalk them to make sure they don't find it. Alas, the raider route takes them directly to the village. The party frantically pursues them, but arrive in town to find the raiders have taken hostages and are declaring the town under their protection and demand a protection fee from the village. Can the posse save the hostages? Will they use words or murder? Will the good people of Trog Canyon ever receive their mead? Let's find out now on Embers of the Wilds.
Hello everybody and welcome to Embers of the Wilds. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. Although I forgot to set an alarm for D&D today, so I woke up like literally just a few minutes ago, so I'm a little tired.
Very nice.
I feel that too. Definitely sleepy weekend. Very hot though. It feels like summer already.
Oh yeah.
Better than cold.
We actually had a really neat thunderstorm today.
Ooh.
Yeah, super cozy. Thor did not like it though. Thor was a little loaf under the bed. But
What? Not living up to the name?
no,
That
he's
doesn't make any sense.
no, he's a little bean. He's a dark dot under the bed. He did
Okay.
not appreciate.
Does anyone else have anything to update us with, or should we just hop right into the immediate drama and action?
Drama.
What do you mean action? There's no action ahead. We're fine.
Everything's cool and casual. Everything's gonna go fine.
Yeah, it's probably going to be just fine.
You just rolled initiative during the recap. I saw that, and you know.
I'm just testing the Roll20 interface, making sure it's not lagging, warming up the dice. These things don't actually have any impact. You'll see the initiative tracker is not open.
I see. That's like
It's the practice.
the warm up.
Okay.
Right, yeah. At the beginning of the game, you toss the ball back and forth a few times just to, yeah.
I'm gonna need you to roll a deception check on that one. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure what my charisma is, but it's a 15 plus charisma modifier, so I think I fooled you.
Warm up, all right. Neat.
Yeah. Nice. So last we left, our party had approached the bridge, the grand bridge in the middle of town, where Gloria's Glorious are. Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse are here, as well as Annabelle. They're on the other side of the bridge from where you guys are. You see 8 bandits with 2 hostages led by a single bandit captain. Who you
Oh,
expect
what
to be
was
Gloria.
her name? Gloria, yeah.
Okay, and we were on our way there, right? We hadn't been noticed yet, and there was like a pretty big crowd of people there, right?
Like there are people on the ground, there's people on all the platforms everywhere. There's too many NPCs in the town to like give them all tokens. It would take forever to manage. So just imagine NPCs filling the boardwalks and sideways and
all right,
waterways.
this door next to us, is it openable? Is it?
Yeah, it's someone's house.
Okay, I'm just gonna hastily pull in Khyra and Tristel into that building, like, and try to be a little sneaky, to just hide from all the commotion. Okay, I'm gonna talk to Gloria. Tristel, I need you to lend me your strength and inspire me.
Talk? You're trying to talk to this mad woman?
You know,
What exactly is the play here?
I'm gonna intimidate her to leave, because this is our town, not her town.
Okay, so I grab Pearl's hands, and try my best to give her inspiring words. I don't think I have time to inspire you with a song, but I know that you can do it.
Okay, thanks.
Can we say that with a little more confidence? Oh my god.
Khyra, how do you look threatening? How do you look intimidating? I don't know how to do it. How do you do it?
I like make my best pose of like it's probably like deliberately like using my shield and sword, which is it's a little awkward, maybe not the best advice. But
chin up, shoulders back.
yes. And I slap them both of you on the back and say like both of you got this. And with that, both of you should roll.
Roll for
A 1d8 plus 2 for 10 hit points.
Oh. You're buffing us.
great.
Nice.
Wow, 3. Neat.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna run up on the cliff, and I'm gonna talk to Gloria from a distance, and I'm gonna try to look as intimidating as possible. And they've taken hostages, and Khyra, you have your bow. Tristel, you can make people sleep, so you can protect the hostages in case anything goes wrong, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna run out and start climbing up the cliffs.
I'm going to pull out my bow and take a readied action on Gloria.
Gloria or one of the people holding the hostages?
Didn't our plan say Gloria?
I think we talked about it at some point, but I think hostages is safer because I don't know if I'm gonna succeed with this.
Okay. I'll target the close hostage holder.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna eventually make my way to whatever is near the top here. Can I make myself look scary and be like a silhouette up toward the sky, or is it what is the geometry here?
Well, this is on the south side. The sun is coming from the north side,
Dang.
so you won't be silhouetted. You'll be highlighted
Okay.
if you could scale that high.
That works too. That's fine.
Before I forget, as part of my pep talk, I'm going to give you a bardic inspiration die.
Hell yeah. Is that so? That's 1d6 for not attacks,
in
is
anything.
it? Or
These for
anything.
attack roll, for ability check. You can add that.
Neat.
Saving throws.
Okay. Oh wait, did we fix the temp
Saving
HP bars?
I have given you
Oh.
temp HP bars, so you've got a
Neat.
normal HP and a separate temp HP bar.
Heck yeah. Jesus Christ, Khyra's health.
1d6.
Yeah, I don't have to cast on myself. I'm fine.
Old.
All right. Yep. I'm gonna start climbing. Make my way. I guess somewhere here. I don't know how far up I can go.
Yeah, this is going up this area is going to be a difficult scramble. I'm going to need like an athletics or an acrobatics check for you to scramble up here. Just a 10 to pass.
I mean, I do have a climbing speed though, so it should be fine.
Oh, well, yeah, never mind. You got a climbing speed. I keep
Yeah.
forgetting that you have a climbing speed. You're fine. You can get up there, no problem.
Hell yeah.
You can overhear from this area the intimidation that's been ongoing, and you can see a few villagers showing up with small bags of money, or someone carrying like a basket and going around to various villagers who are putting in money and bringing it over to these wonderful liberators of your cash.
How do the hostages, like, what is the hostage situation? Does it look like they're actually intending to kill the hostages, or?
Well, yeah. Otherwise, they'd be terrible hostage takers.
Yeah,
if they
that's what
look
I'm
like they were
asking.
gonna- yeah.
Like,
No, they look serious. They
Do they
look
look
like they're
nervous,
ready to
or-
spill blood. No, the bandits look calm. The hostages look terrified. The
okay,
bandits look like they've done this before.
right, okay.
Jerks.
I'm gonna speak up,
Wait,
and
can I, real quick, can I
Yes.
do some sort of a roll of, if they say they've done this before, if they look like they've done this before, but Gloria said that this is the first town that she's
oh yeah.
done this to. Could I try and figure out which one is the truth?
I'm not sure what sort of role that would be.
Yeah,
Yeah, why don't you give me like an insight check? So this might be the first town that they've come, but these people are definitely adept at taking hostages and killing
Okay.
people. This is probably like the grandest scale that they've done, or the most civilized region, but
All
this is not their first rodeo.
Right, we saw the same insignia on them that I had seen on the deserter, so they're, even if this is their first rodeo, maybe like they've been part of larger war parties.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna speak up.
Daddy.
And I'm gonna try to look intimidating and cool. I don't know, strike some sort of heroic pose on top of that cliff. And yeah, I'm just gonna go, Gloria, I am Pearl of Riverdale, one of the protectors of this town. And then I'm gonna do like, shape some water shards to like swirl around my staff with some magic while doing that. Just from my water skin. Hold on, I guess I need to roll for that. Okay, stable.
Can I cast minor illusion to like amp up the like effects around her and like make like the like dust and dirt like swirl, like it's very dramatic and intimidating?
Definitely. The ground begins to lift off around
Yeah.
her
Hell
and move
yeah.
in the air. All right, let's give this bandit a perception check. 1. Yep, he doesn't notice anything. Cool. Let's see, Gloria, does she realize there's a spellcaster nearby?
Well, I was
6.
speaking up
No,
to Gloria,
neither
so
of them are aware of you.
did they not notice me?
No, they notice Pearl, but they don't see Tristel casting
Oh,
the spell on
okay,
you.
gotcha.
Yeah.
As far as I know,
there.
we did not choose to have you rule over our town with fear and violence. Am I correct?
Gloria looks up at you and calls out, "Well, it's a cat that learned to talk. What an interesting trick. I think you would make an excellent exhibit."
Look, nobody is allowed to just take stuff from us, especially not our lives. And, well, except Barnaby, I guess, with taxes. I think the worst like that. Anyway, he is our elected leader. This is a system that, we decided we wanted. So if you make a move on our citizens, our sheriff is, as we speak, ready to put an arrow through your skull.
Don't you know, honey? Might makes right, and we got the might. So hand over your gold, and no one gets hurt.
What makes you so sure that you've got the might here?
She takes a quick look around the town. Again, Biggs, Wedge, Jesse are on the other side of the bridge. Then there's you here. Well, there's 9 of us. There's 1 of you. Maybe 3, maybe 4, but those guys over there, they look green. They look real green. And my boys, they've spilled blood before.
Look, I've spilled blood before too. And I will not hesitate to turn you and the rest of this bridge into a smoldering crater if you don't stop this. And you know what? You have no idea what I'm capable of. And what's worse, I have no idea what I'm capable of. So we'll happily just close up another mine with your bones of people coming through here being stupid. But you're not stupid, are you?
All right, cat girl.
I'm not.
How about this? You come with us. Your town can stay intact. I figure you're worth more than what this town can manage to rustle up for us. You come with us, we'll leave the town as is. Never return.
Wait, what do you want from me?
Kitty.
Hey, that's rude.
Well, you're a creature of some interest. I'm sure someone out there would pay handsomely for your hide. Or maybe your whiskers. I don't really know. But I bet there's all sorts of valuable spell components hiding away inside your body.
Oh no. The intimidation worked the other way around. Oh jeez.
Would you... No, never mind. I'm gonna say nothing.
Look, we don't mean you any harm or anything. We just want you to leave. And you can't leave with me. That's not how that works.
How deep is our river?
Not super deep. You know, in the middle of it, at this time of year, 3 or 4 feet.
So not enough to say jump off and land and not break a leg.
Yeah, they're about 30 feet up right now. They would take reduced falling damage if they did a controlled jump. I'd probably say instead of 3d6, they could take 1d6 if they landed in the middle of the river in a controlled way. In an uncontrolled fall, it'd probably be the same damage because you might hit a rock or you might hit an area where there's no rocks. You know, it could get messy. Gloria looks up at you one more time and says, well, if all you're going to do is make threats, you're not going to see our blades move. Show us what you've got.
Well, what do you mean?
I mean, we're not that easily intimidated. What, you think you're going to get up there and levy threats and we're just going to back down and walk away? I don't think so.
if you want to spare your own lives.
Well, boys, what do you think? Should we walk away empty-handed? And you can hear some chuckling from the other bandits who seem fairly confident. I mean, they do outnumber you 2 to 1 right now, according to their opinions, because they haven't seen Tristel or the sheriff yet.
Look, none of you have magic. And we have magic on our side. How do you think we survived the war while all the other towns were sacked? Why do you think we're thriving here?
Gloria gives a whistle, and this guardsman turns around, sheathes their scimitar, and pulls out, a light crossbow, as does this one. They're the only 2 that seem to be armed with crossbows at this moment. The other ones are still maintain their melee weapons, so I'll give them little pink dots. And they slowly begin to load their crossbows. You've got time to do something before they're loaded and ready, but it appears they are loading.
Okay, Gloria, you don't want to do this. I promise you. Sheathe all of your weapons and leave right now before I turn you into ash.
Loading of crossbows is finished. They raise in your direction, but do not fire. They just hold.
I'm gonna confidently just stand here because I want to be intimidating. I'm not backing off or dodging or anything.
Give me an intimidation check. Let's see how it goes. And this is what you can expend your bardic inspiration on if you like.
Be inspired.
I can do that after the roll. That's how bardic inspiration works, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, after you see the roll, but before I tell you if it's a success or failure.
I don't think I'm gonna need to use it, so I'm gonna save that. Did I have to use it? God damn it.
One of the crossbowmen, steps towards Gloria and whispers in her ear a little bit. She bobs her head up and down and says, "Well, I think we've collected enough money, but we'll probably need a few more hostages before we leave."
You're not leaving with the money
Dan?
or any hostages. You're gonna give everything back and then leave.
How can I be glorious if I allow one well-spoken and strange creature to run me off? How am I supposed to lead my men if I'm this easily scared?
How are you supposed to lead your men if you're a pile of ash?
We'll just have to see if you can put your money where your mouth is. And she will snap her fingers, and the two crossbowmen with loaded crossbows will take shots at you.
Ah, jeez. Okay.
You
And
are...
I think my ready action will go off immediately after.
Okay.
It's
Yep,
like-
I think
it's
all
going
these
down.
shots happen simultaneously. You're within short range for them, so one shot, second shot, both fly over you, neither of them striking.
Okay, if combat is starting, I'm just gonna go for the scorching ray immediately on Gloria.
Sure. Kyra, you also had a readied action, so take it.
Shoot, I don't have a longbow on the attacks thing? I'm not sure how this works.
Well, let us get you a longbow so you can roll the die.
It's in my inventory. Is it in my inventory? No.
It's not in the inventory. But it is now.
Awesome.
Now it's here twice. That's fascinating. Okay, once. There we go. And you must have arrows.
Yes,
And
I bought a
quiver.
quiver and 20 arrows, I believe.
Excellent. And these should be numbering 20. And if this says arrows, then it should automatically pull. Hopefully. Go ahead and take your longbow shot. Oh, you did. 7! It's a wonderful attack that thuds into the side of the bridge at the feet of one of the hostages. And with all the readied attacks already fired, we should roll into initiative.
Wait, wasn't Tristel also ready to?
Yeah,
stuff?
did you have a ready action, Tristel? I had forgotten.
I didn't ready an action.
Okay.
I guess while this is happening, though, I did want to start, as we're moving into combat, to cast invisible.
Okay.
Invisibility. I don't want to be seen.
Alrighty then. Why don't you guys roll some initiative dice on your characters?
Can I retcon and say that I had a readied scorching ray, or is that weird?
No, you
Okay.
can't. You were in the middle of a conversation.
Okay.
Oh, where's my person?
Oh wait.
That's very good.
It's not.
Okay, so Gloria is the first to go. Okay, and what is Gloria going to do? You are way the hell up here. you are like out of range of her melee attacks, so she's going to ignore you for the moment. There was that bow shot that came towards her but like missed. That's kind of far away as well. So Gloria is going to do the wise thing and come to engage your allies over here. She'll turn her back and sprint in this direction, bringing herself right into the middle of Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse. But it's going to take her movement and her action to get there, so that'll end her turn. Right? She doesn't have a fancy extra dash. No, she just chills. Pearl.
All right. I'm just gonna unleash everything. Okay. All right. So let's see. I have Bardic Inspiration. There's a pending Tides of Chaos in case you would want to trigger that from the last time I use it, but I've also refreshed it, so I'm also going to use Tides of Chaos. And so let's see, that is, yeah, Inspiration, Tides of Chaos, and then potentially the previous Tides of Chaos is going to trigger. And I'm going to cast it Empowered, so I'm going to use an Empowered spell for this one.
Does Scorching Ray require 3 attack rolls?
Yes, it does. And with Empowered
so
spell,
you'll
I
get-
can re-roll 4 of the damage die, and I can do that across the different attacks.
Okay.
I looked this up specifically because I was curious how
How
that
does advantage work with Scorching Ray? Does it give it on all your attacks or just on one of them?
works. One of them.
Okay. So the first one will be done at advantage, and then the next 2 will be done regularly?
Yes.
Okay, and you're casting them on Gloria?
All 3.
So the range is at least 100 feet, yeah?
Mhm.
Okay, let's do it.
Hell yeah. All right. So let's see. I guess I'll just click Scorching Ray. I don't know if that does the correct attack roll.
We'll find out.
Probably does. Okay.
Yes, there is.
All right. So that one,
And this
I'm
one has
advantage, right? All right. So
Yeah.
16, and then for the other 2.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay. Can I?
Do any of these get Bardic Inspiration?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Should I do Bardic Inspiration on that or damage? Can you do that for damage or? No. Well, I think I would want to use it on one of these. So the first roll, I guess I would use Bardic Inspiration
Right,
on.
give us a D6.
2.
All 18s.
Okay.
Look at that.
Hell yeah.
They all hit.
Neat.
Boom, boom, boom.
And I'm gonna, let's see. Oh wait, I was gonna use Tides of Chaos on one of them as well. So I guess that one should have had advantage, but I don't know if I have to use it now.
That
but-
was the 15-16, right? That's the one that
I
had
thought that was,
advantage?
no, oh that's true, yeah, I used it on the first one. Okay, neat. And then I guess I'll roll damage and then we'll do the rerolls for Empowered spell. I don't know if there's a nice way to re-roll those or if we're gonna have to do math manually.
They take 2d6 damage on a hit, so I would just roll 2d6 3 times. Or I'd roll it once, and then you decide if you want to re-roll any dice, and then we'll do it a second time, and if you want to re-roll any dice, and then a third time, and if you want to re-roll any dice.
I just want to re-roll all the lowest ones, basically. In case there are low ones, I guess.
Right.
Okay, so 2d6 for each. Should we just do 66 and then we...
Yeah, that's fine. I guess they're all happening simultaneously, so we don't need to do them in sequence.
All right. Okay, I'm re-rolling the 1 and the 2, I guess. There we go. All right. What does that work out to?
27, I think.
Yep, that is correct.
Hell yeah. Neat.
27 damage.
Oh,
Heaven.
and
Oh
also,
my
also
gosh.
potentially the surge.
Wild Surge?
Yes.
Absolutely, it's Wild Surge time.
I sort of imagine raw magic being a sort of like white light in terms of like it sort of contains all the different colors of the spectrum of types of magic. So I sort of imagine every time like a wild surge happens, there are like sort of magical lightning-like arcs, like sparking around, like casting and whatnot. That's sort of the aesthetic, I imagine.
Yeah.
All right,
Right.
roll me a D100.
Please don't be a fireball. Or it's gonna be more snakes.
Not again. I can't suffer another loss like this.
The spell takes form of a free-willed elemental and cannot be controlled by the caster. Elemental remains for the duration of the spell. Touch of the elemental causes spell effect, with an attack roll equal to that of the casters. So,
Wait, what?
the spell
Hold on.
has a limited duration, right? It's an instantaneous spell. So instead, so that your spell goes off, and for 1 round, a temporary elemental, or an elemental will be temporarily pulled into this plane.
Wait, instead of my attack, or?
In addition to your attack.
Okay, whew, good.
Yes.
I was worried.
It's wild, literally.
So, landing right here at Gloria's back is an elemental that has appeared out of nowhere as your scorching rays strike her. And it will get 1 action. It is uncontrolled by you. I will randomly determine what it does, and its attack roll is going to be equal to your attack roll, and it will do scorching ray damage on a hit. And it will act
Oh, jeez.
right now. So, the elemental appears at Gloria's back and goes for someone. There is Gloria, Biggs, and Wedge in melee range. So, Kyra, these are your soldiers.
Oh no, I'm scared.
I need you to roll me a d3. On a 1, or it goes after Biggs. On a 2, it goes after Wedge. On a 3, it goes after Gloria. Wedge.
Oh no.
Wedge it is. What is your spell attack roll, Pearl Riverdale?
My spell attack bonus is 5.
Right. 1d20 plus 5. The elemental reaches out and smashes Wedge across the face, who will take 2d6 fire
Oh
damage.
jeez.
He will burn for 9. That is the wrong thing. There we go. He will be scorched for 9, and then the elemental will blink out of existence and vanish. All right, Bandit's turn. This one right here reloads its crossbow and takes a shot at Pearl. Whap! 17 for 8 piercing damage.
I'm gonna use my shield as a reaction. So it's gonna
Excellent.
bounce off.
That'll bring your AC to 18 for the rest of the round, and it will not hit you. Our next bandit, what were we gonna say?
Oh no, I was just cheering. That's awesome.
This one will come up and attack Wedge as well. With a scimitar, he will critical Wedge for 8 points of damage.
No.
Wedge goes down.
Oh jeez.
This bandit will draw his blade across his hostage's throat and throw the hostage over the bridge.
No.
And then move
Oh jeez, I'm gonna get the blame for this.
in this direction. Same thing with this guy. Draw the blade across the hostage's neck, throw the hostage over the bridge, and then move forward.
Rip.
This one will step forward, and he saw the bow shot maybe come from there. I don't know, maybe not. Pearl is pretty far away. I think this one will just step forward and ready in action for anything that comes near him. And this one will take another crossbow shot at Pearl. 16, which will miss because your AC is temporarily 18. And Tristel, your turn.
Oh man, I was hoping I could maybe save some hostages, but they bye-bye. So I'm in Vizzy. I'm just mosey on up over here. Can I dash to just make it like a round, kind of like?
Yeah, you can dash if you want to move between these two guards, you can. It's kind of a tight space, so I'll need like a like a DC 8 acrobatics check to get through this spot without bumping into them and without alerting them. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna try and make it through here. Let me make that acrobatic check. The shimmy.
It should be easy enough.
Baddies.
Yeah, no problem. You can slip between them without them noticing. You move between them.
Making my way downtown, walking fast.
Jesse will go. Kyra, Jesse's your new soldier, right? The newest of them all.
Yeah, this is what they're trained for.
Is he brave? Wedge just got slaughtered. Gloria is right in front of his face.
I mean, he's been trained for this. I don't know.
Okay. All right. He will just make his attack roll then. And he will, he does have a shield, so he will stab at Gloria with one attack and miss. Next bandit will come up and go to slay Biggs with one hit for 3 damage.
Oh, jeez.
What?
And
Biggs has 4 health?
no, I must have hit 9 somehow. The 3 and the 9 are not actually close
Good.
to each other, but there we go. Whew.
I was scared for a moment.
Yeah, that's not right. You should actually be able to see his HP.
Cool.
Let me change that so you guys can see all the guards' HPs. You're not that big, Biggs. Cool. This one also is readying an attack on this side of the bridge, keeping the integrity of the team together. Annabelle, the cleric, will spare the dying on Wedge. She does not want to see him go down forever.
Good.
So it takes a touch action. She will move to the backside over here, lean down, tap Wedge so that he will survive the night. He's still unconscious and at 0. He's out of combat. And Kyra, your turn rolls around.
How do you do the movement measure thing?
As you're dragging, right click, and it'll give you, or that.
I will move there. And then shoot an arrow at Gloria.
Excellent. She is between, there's one guard between the two of you, so she's going to have some cover. But a 20 will do it anyway.
Oh, okay.
Unless you wanted to change your mind and...
No, that's good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you put an arrow in her back.
Nice.
Oh my
Ooh,
God, that's
nice.
a lot of
Nice.
damage.
Hell yeah.
Excellent. Is that your whole turn?
I don't think there's anything else that I can do.
I think you're right.
I feel like Gloria should take a moment to reconsider.
Perhaps.
You know, there is the... Sorry?
Yeah? No,
There
tell
is
me.
like the MMO thing of like kill the ads first, but I think the intimidation factor of killing the main boss is important.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Biggs is going to try and throw this guy off the bridge. So he's going to get into a wrestling match where he grabs his shield and goes for like a low blow and lift to try and lift the guy up and over his shoulder. It'll be an athletics check from Biggs, which is pretty good
Ooh.
against
Pretty
the
strong.
random bandits acrobatics check, which is just better. So they won't make any change.
Wow.
Biggs also still has 12 health. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah. I added the health back and forgot to take it away again. Thank you. There. Nice. Back to the top of the initiative order. Gloria's turn. One of these guys is down. Annabelle, however, spellcasting cleric. What a great hostage to take. But he's going to have to get through Jesse to get to that one. And now it is Gloria's turn. And she is sort of fearsome. Because she gets to make 2 attacks with her scimitar and 1 with a dagger. So she'll slash at Jesse with a 19, whap him for 6. She will make her offhand attack with a dagger. 8, which is a miss. And she will growl at Jesse to stand down before she kills him. And I will have Jesse make us a morale check. Because he is new. Wedge is down. Gloria's in his face. And with a really bad roll, Jesse will drop his spear and, get out of the way. Which will allow Gloria to help make one attack at Annabelle, just to impress upon her that she's not afraid. But a 7 is a miss. Pearl.
I don't like this situation. Oh, jeez. I feel like I should just continue Scorching Ray. And just, yep. Should I do it on Gloria, though, or should I do it on the other?
Only Gloria.
Okay.
In my opinion, 100% Gloria. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that then. Just another Scorching Ray.
Yeah.
Do I have any fancy stuff I can use for this? Can I empower it again? Probably not. Oh wait, actually I can. That's just 1 sorcery point. Yeah, well in that case, I'm gonna do another empowered one. I guess in case there is damage to be rolled. Okay. Right. So Scorching Ray. Those are 3 rays. There we go.
And you have nothing to modify any of these with, right?
Not the attacks. The damage, yes, but not the attacks.
So the 11 will be a miss. The other 2 will strike.
Okay, so 4d6.
4d6 damage.
And
Oh my god.
you know, I don't think I'm gonna need to reroll any of that. I feel like I can just leave it like that.
All right. You leave it like that. Gloria will take 18 points of damage and be near to dead. Wow. That's a lot of damage, Pearl.
Yeah.
Bandit will reprise your attack against Gloria with another crossbow shot at you. Whap! An 18.
Oh no, that hits, right?
Yeah.
I can still use my reaction for another shield, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well I'm
But
gonna
that
do
will
that.
add 5 to your AC, which will bring you to 18, which will still be a hit.
Oh, that's true. So that's useless.
Yeah. You're totally useless. But if you want to burn a spell slot, you can try it anyway.
No, you know what? Nope. I'm gonna get hit by this. It's fine. It's just a light crossbow. Wood.
Wow! 9 points of damage.
Why are
Just a
things
light
so
crossbow.
strong against me? I always go down from the first range attack. Okay, but I have a little bit of temporary health. It's fine. Okay. Oh, jeez.
This bandit is going to make its way to the temple. That's going to be a great source of loot for Gloria and their troops. So into the temple, this bandit goes and disappears from sight. This other one will come over here and corner Biggs. And the 2 of them will try to wail on him with a 20 to hit for 5 damage. Biggs is wounded, but still alive. This bandit over here is going to go start stealing some things from people. Trying to do this, but actually running into an invisible Tristel.
Oh, jeez.
We're going to see how intelligent this bandit is. They see the one spellcaster. Bandit had its back to Annabelle when she showed up, so it's kind of wise enough. Wisdom check, yeah, to understand the concept of invisible creatures here. Absolutely.
Oh,
He
no.
bumps right into something invisible, panics, yells out, "Invisible creature!" And will make a desperate attack at disadvantage in just the area where Tristel is, not really knowing what he's attacking. Just kind of swings his scimitar at disadvantage at you.
It doesn't Tristel get to do a dodge or like a check to see if
Fine. To see what?
if she could dodge the person just walking?
Maybe if it were just one person walking down the street, but since combat isn't actually turn-based, it's more dynamic, and we're just trying to simulate it with turn-based. I think she slips between these 2 people, starts heading up the walkway, as this other person comes down, barreling right in her path. So maybe maybe not.
Right. Oh, we also forgot Wild Surge, I guess. But I don't know. It's still pending, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna wait for a more opportune moment. I
Oh,
didn't wanna
that's
blow
fine.
them
Yeah.
all.
All right.
I'm waiting for something fun. The bandit will bump into her with the 15, but the 2 attacks come. The 9 is a miss, but she calls out invisible creature, to which this guy will turn around and look for the invisible creature and also make attacks at disadvantage, swinging wildly, hoping to find something. An 8 is a miss.
Can
And
I use cutting words as a reaction to try and cut down the ones that try to hit me?
Yes, absolutely.
Or
That's
will that break invisibility, though?
Cutting words won't. It's just me like talking. So I use a bardic inspiration die to try and confuse my enemies by basically like mocking them, or it's distract, confuse, and otherwise saps the confidence and competence of others. So if he calls out Invisi, he knows I'm here. I'm like calling out like nice, or like good luck trying to find me. and like kind of like woo. And then I guess I'll roll and try and subtract from his attack roll.
Incoming attack roll. Okay. Well, the modified attack, because it was done at advantage, but they were rolled in sequence, was an 8 and a 9. So those are going to miss you with or without the cutting words.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. This crossbow one will take an aim at Pearl with another 18. Oh my god, these are such good attacks.
Well, maybe this time I'll use shield. All right, I'll use my reaction to shield. No, wait, it's still 18, so it wouldn't work. God damn it.
3 piercing damage to Pearl, wounding her grievously. Tristel, it is your turn. You have been spotted, and these 2 folks are trying to engage with you.
I'm gonna make my very best shimmy the heck around.
Give me another DC 8 acrobatics check to move between these people, because there's room, but it's kind of a tight squeeze, but you can probably do it. Yeah, no problem. You slip past these people as they're like slashing and stabbing into your square, and you're gone.
And then I will dash over to the end of the...
Excellent. Give you a little visibility marker. Rage light. Where is invisible? Here we go. Excellent. Jesse has abandoned the field, takes a disengage action, and runs away. This bandit fighting Biggs will try to kill him and miss. This one down here will go attack the invisible creature, who is no longer there, but will take 2 attacks at it, or 1 attack at disadvantage, but miss it. Annabelle does not have a lot in the way of combat spells. Her spell list is pretty much nothing.
Oh no.
So she will cast Sanctuary on herself. You ward a creature within range against attack. Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature chooses a new target or loses the attack or spell. So Sanctuary kind of makes a creature disappear from someone's consciousness or from someone's perspective when they make an attack. It protects a person, but it breaks if the warded creature attacks, casts a spell that affects an enemy, deals damage, anything offensive, really. So she will Sanctuary herself. And then it's a bonus action, so she can cast an action cantrip. And she will cast... How does this work? That's a saving throw. She can't see. She's got a touch for guidance. So yeah, I guess she will move over here, and she will cast Guidance as a cantrip on Biggs. So he will get an additional D4 on his next attack roll or ability score or something like that. Okay, Kyra.
All right. Is Gloria undercover? I'm guessing.
She's still behind one person, so she'll have an AC increase of 2.
But Wedge is downed, right? So that's not behind a person.
Wedge is down, right? But this person
Yeah, but
is.
Oh, okay.
Do I attack Gloria or someone else?
It's a good
That guy in front of
question.
me, so I can get a good hit.
Yeah, either Gloria or the person next to Gloria. The people in that region, I think, are the most scariest right now because they're killing all of our friends. The other ones are flailing around for an invisible Tristel that's not there anymore.
True. Alright, so I'm going to continue moving to here. And then I'm gonna shoot the bandit in front of Gloria.
Excellent.
Or
10. Will you say this one you meant, right?
yes.
Okay. 10 is a miss.
Alright, then
Your shot will go high.
I'm going to use Action Surge for another shot.
Nice.
Excellent.
No.
8 is also a miss. No
Alright.
good anywhere. Biggs is now getting surrounded and in a lot of trouble. So he's going to try this maneuver to hurl this guard off the bridge one more time. And this time he will also be using his Guidance. Attack roll, ability check of its choice. Right. So he will go to hurl the guy off the bridge with a 3 plus 1 D4 with a 6. And the guard will defend with an acrobatics check, which is a 9, and stay in place. Gloria will attempt to attack Annabelle, but she'll have to succeed on a wisdom check in order to do so. 17 will do it, and she will bring her scimitar against Annabelle for 8 points of damage, wounding the cleric.
Leave it.
I can also not see Annabelle's health.
Ooh, let me adjust that.
This is not good.
Big Annabelle.
Whoops.
Like the Resident Evil lady.
There we go.
Thanks.
Gloria will use, because she's got 3 attacks with her multi-attack, she will melee Annabelle. Which will hit, I think, Sanctuary. Any creature who attacks must do a wisdom check. On a failed check, this happens. Does that mean if a creature has 3 attacks, they must make 3 saving throws?
What does the text say? Oh wait, it's in chat.
Yeah. I think since it's all one round, if you pass the check once, you are allowed to attack. So she will attack with the dagger, which will stab for 5, bringing Annabelle real low.
Oh no.
And Gloria will once again try to intimidate Annabelle into surrendering.
I forgot to do something that I was going to do. Oh no.
Is it too late?
I was going to cast Rally on Pearl.
Is that a bonus action?
That is a bonus action. Oh, does the Action Surge use a bonus action?
It does not.
No.
Yeah, I think you can see Pearl. She's not hiding behind anything.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's fine. Gloria is
Wait,
going to
as in,
threaten
I
Annabelle.
get the...
Yeah, so you get 1d8 plus 2.
Okay, neat. Hell yeah. Plus
Annabelle
two.
will also fail her morale check and put her hands in the air and say, "We surrender. We mean no harm. Please don't kill anyone else." And with that, Gloria will turn to face you, Pearl, with a scimitar pointed to her side at Annabelle, and say, "Stand down, or the cleric gets it." Pearl.
Oh no. This is not fair. Rude of these bandits to be evil, in my opinion.
So rude.
Goodness, I don't know what to do here. Like, I don't even know if like I can trust Gloria at this point, right?
Yeah, there's no way we can trust Gloria, I feel like.
What? She is a responsible employer. She has created jobs in a time of depressed economies. How could you not trust her? No.
No.
You know what?
Just because she's a job creator doesn't mean that she can be trusted.
All right.
Either
That's not.
she
Yeah, no,
kills-
that's the only reason she can't be trusted. I don't think there's any other evidence here.
Either she kills Annabelle or takes her hostage, and both are basically equally as bad in my bad opinion.
Or we kill Gloria.
Exactly.
I don't have enough damage to kill her at this point. I can do a magic missile, but that's not gonna... It might, but that's very rare. I'm gonna have to roll like all perfect. Yeah, wait, when is it Tristell's turn? Okay, well Tristell, you're up before Gloria. And you got a
When
bunch
was
of
I
stuff.
down?
Okay. Because you could cast sleep if we would just want to calm down the whole situation over there.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I hide behind a tree? Because there are like a bunch of trees here, right?
Yeah, there's trees up here. You can hide behind one. You can duck so you're flat on the ground. Any form of cover can be easily achieved.
Okay. Oh, ducking is useful. Well, I guess I'm gonna attack and then I'm gonna duck and then crawl back so that there's no line of sight. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna magic missile Gloria.
All right. I think this is where we'll have you roll that wild surge then.
Oh.
This is the most moment we can do it. 110 feet. I think that's still well within range.
Okay, 1d100 first? Or do I do the...
It doesn't matter the order. They're both going to take effect.
All right, okay. It's fine. That's 31 is totally fine. And then magic missile is... Okay, 1d4 plus 1 per missile.
And then also a
31
cantrip
is
surge?
not totally fine.
31.
31 spell effect rebounds on caster.
No! But that's not possible with magic missile, because magic missile actually seeks to its target. So, like,
It
magic missile
does.
cannot be rebound. So there we go. That's...
You know, I think the spell effects on this one, the missiles start getting, and they start hurling Gloria's direction, twisting through the air, and then partway through, they twist and turn back.
Oh my goodness.
Which is terrible because your HP is kind of low right now.
Okay, hold on. Let me Google something real
I
quick.
love it. This is great.
I love wild surges.
Ah, damn it.
So far,
Okay.
they've been really useful for you. Making snakes, making fire golems. That one didn't help very much.
Snakes are pretty cool.
Snakes were pretty cool.
I can use my shield reaction to reduce the damage to 0 if I want to. But then I have no spell slots left. Exactly 0.
You're
Does
going to
shield
die.
block magic missile?
Yes, shield will up my AC, and it will also specifically take no damage from magic missile.
Wow. That's pretty useful.
Okay, but I can see the damage first, right? It's a reaction, right?
It's a reaction that you take under when?
Oh, or targeted by the magic missile spell, so that's before damage.
When you are hit by an attack or targeted by the magic missile spell. Yeah, so before the damage arrives, you got to put up the shield.
I'm so low health. I have to do it, I think. I don't...
It's gonna do more than 9 damage, yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, I cast magic missile, and I guess also shield.
Shield yourself as they twist and come right back at you.
Is it 3d4 plus 3, or what's the...
Yeah, let's find out how much damage you would have taken.
Yes, I'm just curious. 10, okay, good.
Just enough to put you down.
Okay, neat. I have 0 spell
That was
slots.
wonderful.
And I'm crouching down and hiding and becoming very small.
You crouch down, you become small, you are now hard to target. The bandit will try to do so anyway, but this is going to be an attack at disadvantage. So I'll roll it twice because you're crouching and you've been shielded, so your AC is 18. So yeah, a 5 is not going to hit you. This one will try to just finish off Biggs. Biggs has been in the way too much. Slash is a hit. Biggs will take 5 and go down.
Oh, jeez.
This bandit over here is going to try and find the invisible Tristel and just walk around in this area. The invisible creature's gone! Where'd it go? And just that's its turn, is walking around trying to find an invisible person. Arms outstretched, reaching all over the place. This one will turn to Kyra. Bandit is a little bit intimidated. Kyra's kind of scary. So instead of coming all the way over here and squaring off with you one-on-one, the bandit is gonna hold this ground so that way their allies can kind of get an extra attack in if Kyra moves forward. This one with the crossbow is also gonna try and shoot Pearl. Same rules, disadvantage. 5 is a miss. Tristel, invisible. No one can find you yet.
No one can find me, but it's a bit tricksy over here. I feel like I gotta throw my Hail Mary with the Annabelle being about to die is not ideal. So I will go ahead and cast Sleep here, so that everyone here has this radius.
Okay.
So let me see how many.
5d8. So if you're doing it at first level. If you're doing it at second level, it becomes 7d8.
Ooh. I will use my second level spell slot.
Okay. 35 hit points. Starting with the lowest creature, it'll knock people out. So Annabelle has the lowest HP, but she's only got 2, so she falls asleep, bringing us down to 33 points remaining. The next one is this guard, who has 10 HP, so that brings us down to 23 remaining.
They have more than
Gloria? Is this
Gloria?
guard, who has 12 HP.
Or less? Damn.
Lowest current hit points.
So we were at 22 minus 12 is going to bring us down to 10 HP remaining. And Gloria has more than 10 HP, but that will knock out everyone over here except for her. And you will become visible.
Yes.
This does change the tides a little bit. Jesse is still hiding. He's going to be out for a moment. This guard is unconscious. This one steps over here as well. These two are now ready for Kyra. And they have readied actions in case she approaches their squares. Annabelle is unconscious. Okay. Kyra.
So now that people are asleep, I assume I have a clear shot at Gloria?
Yes. Especially if you were to back up 7 feet.
Yeah, I think I want to back up 30 feet to be out of range of these two. if they decide to run after me.
Okay.
So where was I?
We're
I don't know.
here. Yeah, so like 30 feet is here. Nice.
Right. And then I'm going to shoot an arrow at Gloria.
Yep, it's within short range. 15 is her AC exactly.
Nice. Goodness.
So that hits or misses?
Oh, that
That
hits,
hits.
right?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a hit.
6 damage.
Thwap.
Nice. And then Biggs is down, Wedge is down. Other person that I forget has ran away.
Could you, Jesse?
Okay, yeah, then I think I'll end my turn.
Okay. Biggs is down. Gloria will take her turn. The tides are moving not in her direction. Gloria also runs in the temple to loot it for all it's worth, and maybe shut the doors behind her. As she goes in this direction, she calls out, "Rally around me! Rally over here!" to her soldiers on the bridge, to her people. Pearl, you are laying prone. You can see everything happening before you.
Jeez. I just got my tiny little firebolts.
It's like fish in a barrel, Pearl.
When I am
Go
a
ham.
cat in a canyon, you know, that's apparently not good because I'm almost been dying here.
Okay, but you're good against fish. You got this.
Okay. Alright, I'll just firebolt and then do the same thing of like going prone and hiding and whatnot.
Crossbow people first, I think?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, are these still holding their crossbows or are they swinging at this point?
These
There are
guys
other
have melee weapons.
Oh,
The pink
these are the
dots
crossbow
have
people.
crossbows.
Okay.
The purple dots are readied actions.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because the other ones are sleeping over there. I was thinking maybe I should
Yeah,
attack this
so
one
it's-
that's close to...
No, crossbow is dangerous to you. And so, crossbow first.
Right, I'll attack this one then.
Yep, you get to your feet, throw a firebolt in their direction. Cantrip surge, please.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
One day it's gonna be beautiful.
8 of the tiny attack. All right,
It bursts behind the guard.
I'm gonna crawl back, roll up into a little donut.
Okay. Hearing Gloria's orders, this one will back down the boardwalk and ready a crossbow. This one is unconscious. This one will turn and run in this direction. Tristel, this one's gonna try and tackle you. Not like knock you to the ground, but like wrap her arms around you and like I'm gonna try and take you hostage sort of maneuver.
Can I use that cutting words roll now?
Yes, I
You like-
believe that's exactly what cutting words is used for.
Nice.
Try and get me, sucker. Let me see. So just roll bardic inspiration die and subtract the number rolled from their roll.
Yep. So here is this bandit's roll. He's going to try and athletics you down with a 12. So give me a d6, and it becomes a 9. And you can make me an athletics or acrobatics check to avoid the bondage.
Make an acrobatics check.
Nice.
Oh my god, yeah, no problem. They try and wrap their arms around you, and you can just twirl and twist out of the way and be totally free.
I'm faster than you.
These two guards heard Gloria's commands to run away. These ones down here. Rally at the temple, rally around me. But Kyra's got a bow, and that bow is problematic for everyone. but you are so far out of what. You know, if they were close enough to move and attack in one go, maybe they'd do it. No. This is too much. We're out of here. We're going to listen to the boss, and they will come charging down this way. No attack readied anymore. This one will back up and ready a crossbow shot in case it can see something crossbowy. And Tristel.
So I've got all these baddies here. I think it's time for them to take a nap as well. I will cast sleep again. Right.
Wow, okay. Who are you casting sleep on? These guys right here?
Yes.
Okay, well, I think you have no second level spell slots
No,
left,
so
so
just
give me that 5d8.
5.
Oh my god. All right, 7 hit points, falls asleep. 7 hit points, falls asleep. That's 14, leaving us with 14 more. And this one falls asleep.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
It's just
Guys,
like
I'm
everyone's
confident.
asleep around me.
This bandit is coming this way, moving his 60 feet, running over the unconscious bodies of his allies, trying desperately to get to the safe haven of the temple. Kyra.
Let's see, I could. No. I'm going to do a move and fire my bow first and then move. But I guess it doesn't really matter. Move there, fire my bow at the crossbow person. And I assume that they're going to shoot back, but we'll see how this goes.
21 is a hit. 9 damage. Holy
Hell
Jesus.
yeah.
Okay. They do not return fire.
Oh, okay.
Pearl, it is your turn.
Oh, they're aiming for me, probably. Oh, jeez. Well, you know, I don't know if I would know that they're aiming for me. This is metagaming. Oh no.
Well, you actually don't know if they are aiming for you or not.
Well, it's just very likely.
Wow.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you're peering over this ledge, you can see they've got a crossbow like aimed up in your direction with an arrow sticking out of their arm as they're like walking backwards, but they're clearly aiming their crossbow towards Pearl.
Okay. Oh, jeez. This is scary. Can I take that hit? I don't know. I don't know.
You have one more temp HP die.
Okay. But that's
So
not
if
gonna...
you survive this, I can refresh you again.
If I survive this. And this is a really bad spot to fall unconscious. It's gonna be really hard to revive me here. That's why I'm like very cautious about this.
You will have to make your death saving throws. No one will be able to get to you in time.
Can I
Yeah,
like
and
slowly...
I don't think it's...
I feel like I should slowly make my way down. Maybe to the next level,
would-
at least, and hide
That
behind...
would expose you to all attacks.
Oh yeah, that's
right?
true. Ah, jeez. Maybe I'll just stay here. I don't know if I can do anything.
I don't think it's that urgent
Okay.
that you get an attack off.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here then. I'm gonna be scared. I'm gonna
Hopefully
be...
they occupy themselves in the temple for at least like 30 seconds or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm staying here, and I'm gonna imitate Thor under the bed earlier today. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh.
All right. This guy, one with the crossbow, lets the crossbow fall to their side, the leather strap holding it still to their body, and is going to run and try and push past Tristel and get over here to the temple. We're gonna have to
Can
make
I
an
make
acro-
my cutting
will get an-
word?
You can get cutting words to give them a penalty on their acrobatics check. They need a DC 8, just like you did. They get a 14, so you're going to have to reduce it by 7, which is not possible on a D6.
not.
Wait, I
so.
thought they would just get a attack of opportunity. Or
Tristel will get an attack of opportunity
Oh.
against the person as they push
Cool.
past them. But they also
Okay.
have to make that acrobatics check to squeeze through that tight space.
So I can make that attack.
Yeah, if you want. You don't have to. You could let them run.
I think I will. I got 2 daggers. Might as well put them to use.
Okay.
I haven't gotten enough murder hobo in this encounter.
8 is a miss. You bring the dagger against them. It hits in their leather armor as they squeeze past you and run into the temple and vanish from view. Tristel, you can see at the temple there is Gloria hiding, like, almost all the way behind the door with just part of her head sticking out, waving her people in and like ready to shut it if she needs to.
So I can see inside the temple right now.
Just a little bit, yeah, just a wee bit.
think and remember if there's any other exits to the temple.
No, there's only the front door.
Can I cast sleep again?
Oh my god, do you still have spell slots?
I still, because I was using my 2nd level spell slots for everything else.
Okay. Yeah, put them all to sleep.
Yeah, I mean,
Good spell.
I'm really putting it to work.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Oh my god. Alright, where are you targeting sleep?
Oop.
In the temple?
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. One of them has 5 hit points and will go down. That leaves us with 23 left. The next
We
lowest
should know
has
this. Stop.
12.
Should we
Yeah,
know
she could
this?
probably see it.
Okay.
Yeah, 23 minus 12.
Well, and
brings
it
us-
doesn't even say within sight either. 20 feet of a point I choose within range.
Oh, nice. Okay. Ignoring unconscious creatures. Yep. So, some people will fall unconscious, but you are 1 die roll, 1 HP shy from also hitting Gloria.
Oh no! Goodness.
Did you have inspiration or something? Do you have like a normal inspiration on your
2
sheet?
points off.
Or
I think I do.
maybe you have to declare that before actually.
Yeah, inspiration only does d20s, not d8s, unfortunately. Yeah. So you will knock out everyone in the temple except for Gloria, amazingly. The one bandit will go, completely ignoring you. This time, just running over these unconscious people, so no check needed to get into the temple. You did just refresh your reaction, so if you want, you can make an attack at them
Yes.
as they run
I will make
inside.
that attack.
10 is not a hit. And this person will run inside, and Gloria will slam the door shut on the temple, ending our combat for the moment.
Although, should we really end combat while they're... Because they're gonna wake up soon, right?
Biggs is making death saving throws. So
Yep.
my priority is going to be 1, save Biggs, 2, stabby all the sleeping people, and 3, wake up Annabelle.
These are great decisions to make on the other side of our first break.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you all so much for
Ooh,
joining
gosh.
us so far, and we'll be back after the break.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Embers of the Wilds. The enemies have locked themselves inside the temple. Most of them remain outside, unconscious. Wedge is fine. Biggs is making death saving throws. Jesse is hiding behind a tree.
Same.
Annabelle is unconscious. Hardy, did you want to try to put all of these bandits down, or were you going to do something else with them?
I want
have-
to... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I want the rope.
Are they
Tie them
gonna
all
wake up before... They're gonna wake up real quick. I don't think we can tie up 5 people in...
Not in 1 minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you could do
And Kyra?
1 person a minute.
Khyperia is she is a protector of this town, and she's real spooked right now, having like her town almost taken away, almost taken over. I think like if she were a barbarian, she would be pissed right now. And the only reason she's like not absolutely mad with fury is because she's like a trained soldier. Yeah, she's gonna stab the fuck out of everyone. Dead, 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 dead. They threaten this town. They do not deserve to live. But her first priority is saving Biggs.
Okay. Biggs will have to make one more death save before you can get there. That one will be failed. Actually, that's 2 failures. So that means when you finally get to Biggs, you need to make me a DC 10 medicine check to save his life. It's fine.
Okay.
Biggs will be stabilized. He'll make it.
Alright, stabby, 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 stabby.
Well, we can disarm them while they're asleep.
No, Khyperia ignores you.
Tristelle, are you going to try
These
and at
people-
least save one or tie up one? You can't protect them all, but you might be able to protect one from Tristelle.
Well, protect is an interesting word. I was thinking of tying them up and using them as a hostage. So maybe having one could be to our advantage. So maybe you'll tie up this boy behind me.
Okay. So
And
as you
maybe
go,
loot the pockets of all these baddies.
Kyra, as you go from bandit to bandit, putting each one down in turn, you get to the last one, and Tristelle has like kicked away the weapons and has her rope out of her bag and is like currently starting to tie the bandit up when you arrive, sword in hand.
I think
He
if I
got
were
the
like
rifle.
a barbarian, then I would just like stab. But like I'm a soldier. I'm civilized. I'm gonna recognize what's going on and be like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
All right, you put them all down. Annabelle can be woken up. She is out of spell slots. All she has left are cantrips.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell her to go hide over by Jesse or something and just stay out of fight.
Yeah, she'll go over and take a look at Jesse's wounds, and she will drag Biggs and Wedge out of the way. Slowly. It'll take her a while. She's not super strong. She's got 9 strength? Yeah. All right, so we can ignore these deadies over here.
Yeah.
Pearl, what are you doing?
I don't know if I would do much. Probably just stay and be scared of dying. I don't know. Would I have heard that the commotion is like ended, sort of? I guess I could just peek over the edge and whatnot.
That last sleep, we sort of didn't take advantage of.
Yeah, the sleep cast in the temple, or
Yeah.
yeah, I'm still kind of scared. I don't know if I should even pop my head out. Well, it's probably good if I'm nearby in case I'm needed for whatever. Yeah, I guess I'll probably, at the very least, make my way down to the bottom floor, so that I'm on the same level. But otherwise, I'm probably just gonna take cover behind either this tree or these plants, whatever would give me the most cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a fence here, so if you duck down behind the fence and behind the little planter box, you can get real good cover.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Well, Tristelle and Kyra, you've got one hostage. They have your temple.
Yep. I am going to drag the hostage over to the temple and yell in that we have a hostage, and if you don't surrender, then we're going to kill him.
Pretty intense, Kyra. Or Tristelle.
Yeah, just
nope,
straight
Kyra's
up.
right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Bad as my parents were.
I'm very much protector of the town, and lives that are not my citizens are not as valuable.
Plus 2 citizens just died, so...
Yeah,
And these
so
are the people responsible for it, so...
Yeah.
Out comes Gloria's voice. If you touch one hair on the heads of my men, we'll burn this temple down from the inside.
Is that possible?
Is that a surrender? I ask
With
back.
yourselves in it?
Yeah, I asked, is that a surrender?
It's a threat of mutually assured destruction.
So that's a no.
That's a no.
I stab the person.
Damn.
Yep. Straight up.
Right. You follow through on your threats. The hostage dies. In plain view of the entire town.
Hell yeah.
Yep. I'm goddamn protector of this fucking town.
Damn.
You certainly are. There is a thump of frustration on the door of the temple. Clearly,
call in?
Gloria's got some way to see what's happening out here. Must be cracked open just a little bit. What do you call in?
You want to burn yourselves to death now?
There's silence for a few moments. You can hear the distant and faint sounds of the tapping of shoes on the stone floor of the temple, like back and forth in a pacing motion. And then after a little while, they stop. And I think at your distance and with the doors closed, you're not sure what's happening inside.
I take a readied action. If anyone comes out of this door, I'm stabbing them.
Right. So you'll be like, because this is just a covering. The actual door is against the hill, so you can like come under
Yeah,
the
so
awning.
I'm
Get
ready.
ready.
Yeah.
What about you, Tristel? What are you doing?
I'm gonna go up and also call out. I could always just put you to sleep.
I think while all of this is happening, can I just like neum across the bridge with my zoomies and make my way to this tree with everybody else? Okay. Oh yeah.
I actually do still somehow have a spell slot, so my threat is legit.
You hear a, all right, we're coming out. Let me just see to the wounds of my men first.
Really not the ones out here there.
I think
A
I'll
few
let
more.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, a few more moments pass, and then the door opens. But it opens, and there's like smoke behind it, rolling through the temple. And as the doors open, a little bit of smoke begins to trickle out the front.
Close the door.
And
I'm.
there are Gloria and her 3 men.
She is not coming out peacefully, and is not surrendering because she lit the temple on fire. That is a breach of our contract. And let's roll for initiative.
Alrighty then, let's
Or
do
does
it.
my ready to attack go off? Because I'm Gloria. I
door
gave you a
has been-
chance.
Open. You should roll initiative, but you'll still have a ready to attack.
Okay.
Yeah, but we should all be in the initiative order. Okay. I think that's everyone. Pearl, you go first. You can see the door open, and then you can see some smoke pour out into the awning in front of it.
I'm just gonna ready an action in case someone comes out. So I'm gonna ready a firebolt.
Okay. The first of the bandits is coming out. Got the best initiative, and the bandit is flying into a tackle at Kyra, which will provoke, or your ready to action will go off. Tristel, you had a ready to action as well. That will go off. Both of you make your attacks as this person tries to knock you prone. Oh, 17's a hit. 14's a hit. You both hit him. 9 damage.
Rip.
Yeah.
Let me know.
And
Sorry. 4, 5, 3, boop.
9 and 5 is 14 damage. The soldier barely gets halfway to Khyra before it is impaled on her blade and stabbed in the throat by Tristel. Tristel, it's your turn.
Bye. Let's see. I'm actually going to cast Bane on all the enemies before me.
Excellent. They get wisdom saving throws?
Charisma.
Saving throws. So here are the 2 bandits. 11 and 20. 20 is definitely a pass. And here is Gloria. 15. What's your saving throw?
14.
Okay.
Then the only one fails. And has been baned. The next bandit goes. This is the baned one. Is going to attempt a very similar maneuver of just trying to knock Khyra out of the way. So here comes the strength, the athletics check, which is at a minus 1d4. They roll a -1 on their strength check. You don't have to roll any dice when someone rolls a negative number.
You want to roll a dice?
Yeah.
You
do
may
it
roll
anyway.
if you wish.
could
What
be
is
crit,
it?
so-
Athletics
or acrobatics, your choice. Just don't roll less than a -1. Yeah. This person just goes to tackle you, head down, runs straight into your armor, and I don't know, they rolled a -1. I'll give them a 10% chance of knocking themselves out. On a 1 of a d10, they fall unconscious. No, instead they just end their turn after slamming into your chest and gripping their head. You can hear Gloria say, if you want to do something right, you got to do it yourself. And she will step forward and not try to knock you down and actually just try to kill you. I'm going to move this token out of the way, though. And she will make a scimitar attack against you, a second scimitar attack against you, and a dagger attack against you. And of those, 2 will hit.
So I have a shit, no, it hasn't been my turn yet, right?
Correct. You have not yet had a turn in combat.
Okay, so I don't have my reaction.
Yeah, you should, right? Or
You should still have your reaction, but you used it on your ready to attack.
Yeah,
Actually.
Right.
so I don't have
Yeah.
a reaction.
Right. So you don't
Okay.
have. Yes. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
So you will take 9 and 6, 15 damage as Gloria comes up to you and hacks into you. The other bandit friend would love to come through that door and get involved in combat, but there's just no way. There's just not enough room back here. So they'll use their light crossbow. They'll just drop the scimitar, pull out the crossbow to aim a shot at Khyra, but at a penalty of 2 because there are people in the way. And a 20 minus 2 is still an 18. Somehow, against all odds, she
geez.
lifts the crossbow up and pings you in the chest. And Kyra's turn finally rolls around, but you have taken 21 points of damage.
Yeah, holy heck. Okay. So, let me read my abilities real quick.
shouldn't it have been disadvantage rather than -2?
Cover works with at was it 50% cover, it's -2 to hit. At 75% cover, it's -5 to hit.
Oh, okay.
That's the one thing that has incremental penalties instead of advantage.
Right now I'm debating if I want to use my bonus action to heal myself, or if I use my bonus action to gain advantage on the next attack, and add 1d8 to that damage. I think I want to heal myself. So I'm going to use Second Wind, which
D10
regains
plus fighter level.
1d10 plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
Is 8.
Not
That's
bad.
Not bad. And then I'm going to take a swing at Gloria.
21 is a
Hell
hit.
yeah.
Nice.
There we go. 7.
Neat.
Pretty low on the damage for you. Not enough to kill Gloria. She still stands. Pearl.
Oh, they didn't come out. They couldn't get an
Nope.
attack off. Oh, jeez. Okay. I don't know if I can. It's so scary to get close. I don't know if I should. I feel like I should just keep readying the firebolt. But then I'm kind of useless in case they're always going to stand inside of the doorway. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's difficult for us to back up right now because disengage.
Yeah. Is there anything else I can do? I feel like not really. No.
Would you be able to walk out onto the boardwalk and fire in, or is there
Possibly, yeah.
too much cover there?
The only issue there is that, like, I would be exposed and I wouldn't be able to hide,
Yeah.
and I have no cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll just default to readying a firebolt still, in case you back out, I guess. I have no spell slots. I feel like there's nothing else I can do.
Okay. Continue to hide behind the cleric. It's a good option.
Yep.
All right.
Who's
Tristel?
out of spells?
I'm gonna take a stabby stab at Gloria.
Here we go.
Alright.
Whoo! Miss with the main hand.
Oops. Sorry.
Critical hit
Oh
with
my
the
goodness.
offhand. Wow. So roll us 2d4 because you did crit.
Ooh. I'm gonna just roll another one. Oops, sorry.
That's exactly Gloria's hit points.
Yes.
The second shot lands. She does attempt to use her parry to block that critical hit, but it does not make a difference. You get her in the throat, and she drops to her knees, pitches forward as her baned soldier, friend, guard, assistant, buddy tries, one last attempt to murder you guys in revenge and retribution, and will scimitar at Kyra to no avail. Gloria is down.
I want to use my bonus action to give Kyra a bardic inspiration die. My
Excellent.
last one.
Do it. Crossbow attack at Kyra as well. There's a miss. Kyra's turn comes along, and she has bardic inspiration.
What is that? Advantage or plus
D6 on.
D6. Okay. Can I reach the person in the back with an attack?
You could walk past Gloria. You could walk over Gloria's body to get to the person in the back with the crossbow.
Yeah, because the other one is baned and therefore less dangerous. So I want to go after the more dangerous one first. I do not want to take any risks here, so I am going to feint at them before I attack. So that gives a advantage on my attack roll.
22 is a hit.
Ooh. And then I also have 1d8 damage added to this.
Alrighty. 7 and d8 is a 10, which is
Nice.
enough to drop the crossbowman in the back.
Nice.
Annabelle, goes into a sprint to get over here in time to see what she can do to help because there are dying people. And she'll get to about that far. Pearl, just chilling.
You know, maybe I'll come over because I feel like I'm useless, especially if Annabelle is running over. I feel awkward just standing here, like I'm not doing anything. Yeah, I think I'll head on over. It seems like it's going pretty well, right? So I think I'll just be behind this tree, I guess, and ready. Probably ready another fireball. I don't know if I can see. Like, I can't make attacks on these people, right?
Probably no. This person's... Yeah, I think there's too much going on there with the doorway and the people inside and the tree right here in front of you. It's a mess.
Okay. Yeah, I'll ready a firebolt in that case.
Christelle, only one left.
I think I'll take a stabby stab as well. This one.
Right.
Yoop.
13 hits home. 14 hits home.
Word.
D2
4.
plus 3. Minus 5 and minus... What was the second damage roll?
Oh, I only did 1. Sorry, I thought
Yeah.
I put 2d4.
Oh. Another 4. Almost dead. Last person, barely alive. It's their turn. They throw down their arms and drop to the floor and surrender.
Do I accept that surrender?
Do you?
That's a good question.
I'm gonna roll for it. I do accept it.
Okay.
Right. Annabelle will hurry into the room and attempt to spare the dying on the guards here, the bandits here.
I think I'm gonna argue with her a bit and say, like, these people killed 2 of our townspeople.
I mean, it might be
And-
useful to interrogate Gloria, if anything, but
Yeah, I'm not gonna stop her, but I'm gonna be like a little grumpy with her.
So she will get to at least Gloria when you start to argue with her. She'll spare the dying on Gloria and then look at you and say, all life is sacred. We can't, just because they have done terrible things doesn't mean that they necessarily need to die.
I make a grumpy huffing noise and storm out. Actually, no, shit. The temple's on fire. I'm going to get all of the citizens and just like tell them to get water.
I can get
some
water.
buckets. We need to put this fire out right now.
It would be a nice thought, but Gloria and her men set fire to the temple and waited until it was a nice inferno before they opened those doors.
oh.
And you might be able to save maybe an antechamber or something, but the deep recesses of the temple are gonna burn, and there ain't nothing no one can do about it. Unless you've got some sort of like huge flooding type magic that you can create.
Not really, no.
I mean, at least like the fire's not going to spread out to the boardwalk and light fire to the whole town. So
That's true. It will be confined to this one zone. Yeah, and as
Tying
this-
Gloria up.
yeah, she will be spared and dragged out. You can put her in, what do you call it, the pillory over here at the
Yeah.
sheriff's station if you want, or tie her up somewhere. I think she's the only survivor of this. The other ones all botched their death saving throws, and with
And
the
the one
fire
who
going
surrendered.
on, yeah.
When you slit that one's throat, the hostage. Wow.
One hostage. So, as the fire rages inside and the townspeople come to mourn their dead, try and recollect their belongings, argue over how much gold they contributed to the tribute, the players are left to kind of reflect on the moment. So let's hear from you guys. How do you feel about how all this went down, and how do you think this is going to change the people's perception of you guys in town?
I think that Kyra has failed in her duties as a sheriff and expects to be berated for going on this adventure to sell some wine or buy some wine, and while the town was taken over, and she's just like deeply disappointed in herself after her like anger subsides over 2 citizens having died. Also not looking forward to the criticism over 2 citizens having been killed, the 2 hostages. That's gonna be real tough for her to swallow.
What about you, Tristel?
Well, definitely bummed is probably a little too light of a word. Unfortunate that we had to turn around from, this quest that I kind of like set everyone on to get this mead. It was like something that was going to be positive for the town, and people were excited to like see us off and like us to go on this thing, and now it's turned into, not a great situation. We did kill all of them. It's like we did protect them, but if we hadn't left in the first place, it wouldn't have happened.
Pearl? Gloria was a little insulting and threatening to you, but
Little.
you did kind of show her off. How do you feel this is going to play out for you in the long run?
I think Pearl is really scared of like what kind of ramification this will have in terms of like. I think Pearl might feel like she was the one that caused these people to die, as in the 2 townspeople. And she's a little worried she's going to get blamed for that and everything. I think she's secretly happy that Kyra just straight up stabbed all the all the remaining guards. Even though Pearl has been struggling a lot with like, can someone actually be irredeemably evil? When should you kill someone or not? I think she's been like, that's been on her mind a lot ever since, Thoraxis and Braxis. So she's still like trying to figure out how to navigate the morals of that, I guess. So she's confused and sad, I guess. But ultimately, like at this point, I think Pearl would try to help out with people getting their stuff back, and generally, or like try to help out put out the fire, and just kind of focus on the immediate stuff.
Kyra, one of your guardsmen, the newest one, threw down his weapons and fled when things got really tough. On the other hand, he did survive because of that. What are you going to do with Jesse?
I think Jesse is a she, though, right?
Oh, sorry, yes.
I think
Oh,
in the
yeah.
Final Fantasy games, I might have misremembered. Or maybe it's different depending on the game.
I think that Kyra will understand her reaction and not blame her, but will like go through a lot of lessons with her in training and figure out what happens and how to improve in the future, and try to encourage her to like not be terrified of all future combat.
So this will be met as a learning opportunity with forgiveness rather than something that needs to be punished.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, not everyone is thrilled about what happened. The families of the 2 dead civilians are inconsolable with their grief. And let's see who they decide to blame, because someone needs to be blamed for these deaths.
Classic civilians blaming people.
Classic. People.
I think Kyra will try to take the blame, because I think she feels a responsibility. Like, even if Pearl may have started the combat, she still feels responsible, and that like, is the phrase "the buck stops with her" or something like that? Like, she is the one in charge, and so should take the blame.
Yeah, it's a complicated situation because it's like Pearl started the combat, but then like on like Tristell's end, it's like, oh my god, like if we hadn't left town at all on this like adventure, then we would have.
Yeah, it could be either one of us, I guess.
But it's like.
Or the bandits, you know,
Put
they
the
kind
blame
of started
anywhere. Yeah.
Well, the families of the dead will berate you, Kyra. How could you let that thing negotiate with these? You're the sheriff. That was your job. And then you just... Did you see that? She just started throwing fire spells on the bridge. What if the bridge had caught fire and burned? We would all be screwed. You're supposed to be the sheriff. You're supposed to protect us. How could you let that thing, they say again, run that combat, run that negotiation?
Can I overhear this? I don't know where this conversation is going.
Absolutely. And there are like sidelong glances given to you when that thing is underscored.
I'm angry, but I'm just holding it back. I just don't know. Yeah.
So I'm really bad at roleplay, so I'm just gonna do third person right now because I do not have the confidence. I'm going to I'm gonna say that Pearl is a citizen of this town, just like the rest of us. And if you look at our situation, I strongly believe that she was the best one to do this negotiation because she's magical, and has the power to back up her threats. But I will also say that like that decision to have her negotiate lies with me. Even if that like wasn't technically true, I'm just gonna like lie and say like I told her to do that, and say that like the blame rests with me. I am going to make sure that this never happens again in the future. No more booze runs for me. Yeah.
The rest of the town, however, those that didn't lose someone, they are taking a higher view of this. You will find, Tristel, that people are talking about you. And they've talked about you before, the outsider with the beautiful voice that has these songs and these performances. And now they're starting to call you the Siren because your words are putting all of their enemies to sleep. And you are a new type of terrifying force to be recognized with.
I'm getting legends.
Tristel the Siren, the one who will stop the violence before anyone gets hurt by putting people to sleep instead of just, fighting and killing everything. And let's see how they really feel about it. You get gifts. Small gifts. This is not a wealthy place, but someone brings you a hand-carved small little figurine of what's their name? One of the deities, the deity of the home and the hearth. They hand you this and say, you're staying at an inn, you don't have a home of your own. Please take this to protect your room at the inn as if it were an actual house. And someone else will bring you a small bag of apples that they've picked fresh from their tree. And someone else will bring you a flask of fermented cider. And someone else will bring you a pumpkin pie. And you find over the next few days that gifts keep being left for you at the
amazing
at the tavern. Pearl, the families of the two dead are very cross with you. No one else really seems to be all that upset. Everyone was a little bit intimidated in the situation, ready to hand over their money and just walk away from it. You took charge of the situation, and it was a tough one, and they recognize that, and they're kind of fine with it. Except for the mayor. The mayor has words with you, Pearl.
That's funny.
Pearl. We recently had a conversation about moving you back into town again.
Yeah?
Because there hadn't been an incident in a while. Why? Why in the nine hells do you think it was a good idea to summon a fire creature on the middle of the main bridge?
It was not my idea per se to like summon the fire creature.
So you're still having these troubles controlling your magic.
Maybe a little bit, but it could have helped. I think we were just unlucky. It could have attacked Gloria.
Risk the town's infrastructure on you being unlucky one day.
Yeah,
we might have to revisit that discussion about you moving back into town.
Do we really have to do that? I'm not using all of my spells during daytime or like when there's nothing dangerous happening.
If that had gone a little bit differently, the whole bridge could have burned.
Yeah, and
maybe
then we would have
boardwalk.
saved even more people.
How do we know that you're not going to accidentally create something like that the next time you use your little magic to stir your tea? And don't say you've never used your magic to stir your tea. I know you have.
Look, I was very young, okay? I don't do that anymore. Now I use my actual hands, to do that. I don't use magic for that. Things can go wrong very quickly if you do that. I know that that's dangerous. I'm not young and naive anymore, okay? I know the dangers of the magic that I'm using, but the situation really called for it, The whole town was being taken over by these really dangerous people, and I feel like I had to use everything in my powers to stop them, and that's what I did.
Well, why don't we just delay it then? Just give people a few months to forget the fire creature that you brought onto the bridge. Let it fade from memory before you hastily move back into town. Wouldn't want to...
I've already moved back.
It's time we need to join together. We need fewer things dividing us now and more things uniting us.
Look, I can just stay in a corner in Lydia's apartment, and I don't need to. I don't have to pop my head out. I can just hide and not be seen. I don't know. Please don't have me move back out there again.
You create fire effects not next to you sometimes?
What?
Well, the golem, it wasn't next to you. Isn't it possible that you could cast a spell in the comfort of your own home, but create some sort of fire-like golem outside the house again?
That's possible, but I don't have to cast spells. I can just
You're gonna tell me you're gonna not cast any spells? Really?
Yeah, there you go. I'm not gonna... How about that? How about I don't cast any spells for at least a week? I don't know if this is gonna work. Barnaby doesn't know about the metagame of spell slots, right?
He's familiar that there's a limited amount of magic that can be cast. The exact mechanics are probably beyond him, but knowing that someone can't, you can cast small spells all the time, but big spells can only be cast every so often. I feel uncomfortable telling you no after we said yes earlier, but I think it's really the best interest of unity if maybe you stay a little farther away for a little longer.
I promise I won't cast any spells. Look, it's good if I'm nearby.
Geez.
If I'm it's good if I'm there to help out if I'm needed, And if you don't want me to help, I can just stay at home with Lydia and just never cast any spells. I promise I won't stir my tea with magic.
I can't ask you to deny part of who you are. It'd be like asking a left-handed person to write with their right hand. Casting, using magic is part of your very essence, as I understand it.
I can decide not to
ask
cast
you to deny
magic,
who you are.
It's not something that just happens, I can just decide not to use my magic.
All right. But we're going to have a chat with your mom, and she's going to have to know about this, too. Lady Lydia is going to have to keep an eye on you if everyone else is going to be satiated by this.
I'm used to her keeping an eye on me growing up, so that's fine. As long as I just don't want to move back out there again. It's scary and lonely, and if anyone attacks us ever again, I want to be close to my only family,
He kicks the ground at his feet and hangs his head a little bit, clearly awkward with the confrontation of trying to tell someone something that they don't want to hear, and mutters to himself and walks off.
Okay.
I'm assuming after all of this, you guys are going to want to take a long rest,
Yes.
Yes.
right?
Very much so.
I love the meta of, I won't cast spells for a week.
Where are we?
This happened on Sunday, the 7th of June. There you go.
Excellent, thank you. So, 3 days into your long rest. Actually, hold on. Before we get to 3 days into your long rest, I need someone to roll me a 2d6.
Can
Anyone? Ashley.
Oh.
4.
Whether you meant.
7, right?
Oh, yeah, I think it might be a 7.
We will deal with that. Dang, excellent. 3 days after the event of the bridge, the fire in the temple has burned out enough and cooled down enough for people to begin to sift through the ruins back there. And a discovery is made. One of the walls in the temple was sort of one of these boarded up inner canyon sections, right? We've talked about how there are potentially mine shafts behind the walls of buildings. And one of these walls has burned down. And behind it is a small room. This was the wall that was in Annabelle's bedroom, in like the bedroom of the head cleric. And behind the wall is a inanimate golem. And there is a small, what looks to be box or device behind the golem that has some like writings on it.
Immediately, it's like
It's not
as soon as
suspicious.
Kyra learns of this, she's gonna call Tristel.
Yeah. It's the word of this discovery spreads through town quickly. And soon much of town, not everyone, but much of town has gathered near the temple to try and like get a glimpse of it. But of course, not everyone can fit in there, let alone fit all the way back into Annabelle's room. But the spellcasters of the town and the sheriff of the town get called over because a secret golem hidden behind a wall is something that could be terrifying or it could be useful. So you all get gathered for this.
Do I count as a spellcaster during this week? Or
You count as a spellcaster,
Okay.
yes. You are one of the magic-capable people.
I don't know if Barnaby would approve of me going there.
Probably not. He'll give you a sideways glance. Like
Also, what are our health points at right now? Because it's been 3 days, so we're on the
It'd be
third?
3... Yeah, you'd roll 3 hit dice. And if Tristel is using her bardic Song of Rest, then it'd also be 3d6.
Okay, 3.
Now that's like sleeping's part of my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on, my hit die, what is that? It's 1d6, right? Yeah, so 3 days, 3d6 plus 0.
Yes.
Plus
3d6 plus
1d6.
3d6.
Okay, that's enough to get me up.
Yep.
Do I still have the temporary hit points? Is it until long rest?
Yes, until the end of the long rest. So they're there for now.
Okay.
I think that's the first battle I didn't take any damage.
Jesus Christ, Ashley. that
I've
roll.
come so far from dying as soon as I come out of a tree.
Mm-hmm. You guys really have come a long way so far.
I think trees is the problem, you know? We're just not good with trees.
Yeah, true. The time you died jumping.
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh, also, I don't have music right now. I don't know if I should.
Yeah, because I think I was going to leave us on a cliffhanger
Oh,
of
damn.
discovering a golem.
Sounds good.
Damn.
And then we can come back on the other side of our break and see what it is you guys want to do about this golem here.
All right. Thanks for
Yes.
joining so far, and I will see y'all after the break.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Embers of the Wilds. You guys have found a golem, or a golem has been discovered behind Annabelle's bedroom wall. And you
Seems
can
normal.
take a look at it.
I
It's
guess, how big is the golem? Yeah.
6.5 feet tall, so a little over a meter.
Damn.
Does it look angry?
It looks like a carved statue that has very little emotion on its face. It's sort of got like a flat line for its mouth rather than something else.
Does it have any symbols on it for like any, I don't know, any like religious symbols or anything that we would recognize?
Why don't you guys give me an investigation check? Whoever's got the highest investigation score can do it. If someone's proficient in investigation, you can give someone else advantage on the roll.
I have
I am
4
bad.
and I'm proficient.
Nice.
Then you should definitely go for it.
Or wait, if someone else... Wait, if
So if
I'm
you have,
proficient-
if you're trained proficient, you can use the help action to give someone else advantage on the roll. But that would mean we'd be using their die roll instead of your +4.
What are both of your...
My investigation score is 0, so.
Mine's 3 with proficiency.
Okay, definitely should do yours, though, with advantage.
Okay.
So I believe advantage is roughly a +4, +5, depending on the DC.
Ish.
Alrighty.
Go ahead and roll us an investigation check at advantage, Tristel.
That
yeah.
works out.
Well, you can find that there are definitely magical runes written around the golem's ankles and wrists, or forearms, really, where bracers and shin guards might go. And there are very similar magic runes written on that device, that box that is seated behind the creature. Box is maybe, what is this, a foot and a half wide, foot and a half tall, foot and a half deep. Made out of some metal. It looks probably like an alloy of iron with something else. And there's a little slot in the top, and in front of the slot is sort of like a rounded hole, like a cylindrical hole.
Interesting.
Oh wait, where was the
definitely-
hole? Sorry.
In the box. So I'll make a doodle of the box for you while you guys chat.
I definitely want to start ritual casting detect magic.
Well, the box and the golem are both magical.
Oh jeez.
That is for certain.
Not entirely surprising.
If I ask Annabelle, like, does Annabelle know anything about this, or?
She does not. And this is probably a good time to learn a little bit more about who Annabelle is and how she got here. She's not the first cleric in this town. She is just the most recent. Where's my little story on her?
I see the doodle.
People, cleric. So Annabelle was born in the village to a prominent family. Her mother was the foreman of her mines, and her father was the engineer. As a youth, she carried rocks and water like the other children, learned to read, and was headed down the path of following in her parents' footsteps. 8 years before the war, when she was 17 years old, the cleric in town noticed that Annabelle was anointed by the divine, and with proper education could become a follow-up cleric. The young woman was left to choose her own fate, and decided to become a cleric in training. Her transition was socially difficult, destroying her relationships with her boyfriend, Horst, the blacksmith, distancing herself from her parents who had wanted her to follow in their footsteps, and consuming all of her time and attention. Training to be a cleric is not an exact science. One is ready when they're ready and not a moment before. Some people only take a year to train, some people might take 10 years to train. In the first year of the war, a fire broke out in the mines. Annabelle's mother and the former cleric, using the Rod of Comfort and create water spells, attempted to rescue miners that were trapped and alive in the records room. However, alive in the records room where they were consumed by the flames before reaching the door. That's an important line. The records room shared a wall with the front office, and the tapping had alerted the foreman. Her father was among those in the records room who suffocated. It was widely believed that the loss of her family and mentor is what pushed her over the edge from cantrips to spell slots. A fighter would later break out in this same room 10 years later, killing 4 and destroying all the records of the town, including the maps of the mines. No one wanted to face that particular mine shaft anymore, and it was boarded up and left. With the Empire gone and all the records burned up, and a new cleric in town, Trog Canyon was a place with no shackles of the past. So Annabelle kind of became the cleric when the previous one and her family died in a fire. So she never really finished her training. And there was a lot of information that she would have learned, would have been handed down to her, that she just never got because the former cleric died while she was still being trained. And all the records from the Empire were burned up in that fire and a subsequent fire. So this room, Annabelle had no knowledge of. Maybe the former cleric knew something about it, but if so, he didn't have time to pass it down to her, or was waiting maybe until she was worthy of knowing what's going on back here. So for Annabelle, this is an unknown.
Interesting.
And she doesn't recognize any of the runes or symbols that were on the golem?
Correct.
Okay.
Can I tell what type of magic it is?
Yes, I think you do get to know that.
Freya, this is relevant.
What?
Last Wednesday.
What?
Last Wednesday, what type of magic?
Oh, yeah, because we were... Yeah.
There is conjuration and enchantment magic on the golem and the box.
Oh.
There's
Like both of them on both of them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they both swirl with green and purple colors, which you know to be enchantment and conjuration, respectively.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Conjuration, that's spooky.
I don't know, this seems scary. I don't, like... Is it facing us at this point? Like, are we in front of it, or have we yet to try to go in front of it, or...?
No, it is facing the boarded up wall, so as you guys come to look, you see it looking directly at you. But it's inanimate. It's not moving. It's not warm.
Has anyone been walking around it, like near the box, or did everyone like keep their distance?
Oh, they kept their distance, yeah. When Annabelle first walked into the room and saw the golem, she immediately left and called for people to come, for the spellcasters and the sheriff to come take a look at it. And that brings you guys here.
Do we want to wait until you have your spells back to poke this thing?
To investigate it, I think probably.
Probably.
Are we able to convince the town to not poke it for a couple days?
Yeah. Yeah, how many days do we need? We need like 4 more days. Yeah, it might be good to wait. I mean, it's been waiting behind that boarded up wall for who knows how long, so it could wait another 4 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably, yeah.
As long as nobody's like poking around with it or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm guessing we can like station a sheriff, not a sheriff, sorry, one of the deputies
Yeah.
or something to make
Yeah,
sure that
guard
nobody
it.
like goes in.
I'll station a watch. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You guys can keep an eye on it and pass a little bit more time. That evening, coming through the canyon, is this yapping sound, sort of like a yip yip rip, rip, sort of like weird barking, and everyone will hear this. And with the events of the recent days happening, bells in the temple will quickly start to ring. They're one of the few things that survived because they're these like big honking metal things that won't break easily. And you guys can come out of the boardwalks to see a pack of blink dogs coming through town.
What dogs?
Think dogs.
Damn.
Blink dogs. They are a
Where are we on the map?
canine type. I think at this moment you guys are all back at your like respective houses or wherever it is that you sleep. It is a pack of.
Look cute.
They're so cute.
Yeah, they look really cute.
It is a pack of 4 blink dogs, so kind of smallish. And blink dogs they're canines, but they have the ability to blink. That is like teleport from one spot to another spot nearby instantly. And they come running through town from the east end of town and like run down the path and then blink up onto one of the boardwalks, like grab someone's chicken and then like blink back down to the ground and like all devour the chicken. And then one of them blinks over here and starts like digging through someone's garden bed. Another one blinks on the other side of the river and starts drinking from it, causing a little bit of a ruckus, but not actually threatening anyone.
I love
There are
them.
4 of these things.
Yeah, I love them.
I mean, as long as they're not attacking any people, I don't know if we would engage with them.
Yeah.
Maybe throw scraps at them because that's adorable.
Yeah.
Even if I give them HP bars?
That's a very large.
Yeah,
HP bar.
yeah. I think especially if you give them HP bars, actually.
You still don't want to fight them?
Well, not fight, just give them food.
Okay.
Like food and
'Cause
distractions
they're
to make
not-
sure that they.
If they're not hungry, then they won't have reason to chomp at us.
They're not gonna have bottomless voids of stomachs too, so they're not gonna like drain the town of resources.
And Tristel has a lot of extra apples right now, so.
Yeah.
They snag a couple of chickens. Pearl, roll me a D20 and don't roll less than a 5. Don't roll a 5 or less.
What am I rolling?
A D20.
No.
Nervous.
Well, okay. All right.
One of them blinks up right next to a neighbor's cat, but the cat manages to get away before the dog gets a hold of it. Got
That
real
would've been
close.
awful.
One less and it would have eaten one of the neighbor cats.
No.
We keep them.
Don't eat our cats.
Come on
We-
through.
Domesticate them.
They snap at things. They seem avoidant of people. Anyone that tries to get close to one, the blink dog will like just teleport away. And they're in town for maybe half an hour before they wander off.
What a good little pack.
Yeah, what a nice little encounter with these dogs.
You know, it could have been cool if you guys wanted to fight them or something.
No, we already killed like chickens in the woods for no reason.
All right.
Let the
well,
dogs
the rest
be.
of the week will pass without event.
What if we send Gloria at the golem? There we go.
Yeah, you know what? This is a great question. What do you do with Gloria and the bandit? Because they're here, they're alive. They can be in the pillories where they can't hurt anyone, and people can come by and, you know, talk to them or make fun of them or whatever it is that people want to do. Is that how you would like to deal with them? Just leave them locked up?
This is a problem because they can't just be locked up forever, but I feel like we can't release them because if we release them, they're gonna report back to wherever they came from and say, hey, there's this big old town right for the picking. So, fuck.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I think I would at least want to know more information, like
Yeah, we
where
should
they came
question
from,
them.
and like.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm the
Yeah.
best person to do that interrogation. Or maybe, or actually, I kind of started the interrogation a long time ago when I tried to intimidate them.
We do have in some information too. Like we we learned from the innkeeps that they're like war party leader or whatever clan they're part of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Gloria's Glorious is part of that or if she went rogue.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you guys want to say?
Okay, I think I would. I think I'm just gonna ask, like, why did you come to our town?
Why? Well, we just happened to stumble across it. Didn't know this town was here. There's this nice little village on the seaside that we visited. It was ripe for the picking. Lots of money, lots of good drink, too. Left that place, came around looking for something else, found this place tucked away in a canyon. Didn't think that there was anything out here. Not after the fall of whatever that city was.
Wait, what city did you come from?
I didn't come from a city.
No, the town. What?
Northcliff? No, what was it?
Northridge?
Northridge.
That was the name of the sacked city.
That's the one. Northridge, yeah. We thought this whole area had been abandoned. Me and my mates had come through this area a few times before. Never found this little village. Lucky for us this time, or maybe not.
Have you been missing a deserter anytime recently? We came across a body near Northridge. Seemed to be from the same lot as you.
She shrugs. We've had a few people choose to leave.
So, why did you not choose to leave this town? We could have gotten away, like, all of you could have survived this. But you chose not to. Why?
Sometimes you take a risk in life and it doesn't pan out. I didn't think you could do anything. Let alone, she says, pointing to Tristel, or like waving her nose at Tristel. That one. Didn't even see her before she was on us. A lot more magic in this canyon than we were anticipating.
Oh, there it is.
Is magic something that scares your lot? Surely you've come across it in your travels.
Not that often. None of my folks were spellcasters. Most of the people we've encountered haven't had any. Some of the villages we've come across have actively tied up spellcasters to posts and burned them alive. Didn't really think that there'd be much in the way of magic out here.
What was their problem with people who could use magic? Why did they tie them up and burn them alive?
You're young. You probably don't remember the war.
No,
Wasn't
I've heard of
particularly
it,
a
but
good time. A lot of the mages of the Farron Empire caused a lot of destruction. Huge swaths of damage. Entire villages and towns razed by waves of fire. Strange conjured monsters from other planes fighting in the front, doing indiscriminate damage. Most of the wise people of the area realize that magic is too uncontrollable and too much power for one person to wield.
Speaking of strange summoned monsters, have you seen a uptick in strange encounters, say in the past couple years versus a while back?
In the past week, I've seen some strange things.
Before
as?
that.
Good to know.
She looks at Pearl like that thing.
Well,
What are you? Why do you look like a cat?
I don't know.
Why do you look so locked up?
Yeah. Yeah, why do you look so locked up? Tell me that.
She grins at the obvious. Well, I guess I made a mistake. That's why I look locked up. But don't you worry. I'll be out of here in no time.
What makes you so certain of that?
Oh, I'm just talking shit.
Oh.
Don't worry. I can't escape.
You make it
What's the
sound as if
reason
you
why?
can.
Yeah, why shouldn't we just kill you and your men both?
He shrugs. You must have saved my life for a reason.
You know, we have to actively stop Kyra at this point from killing all of you because of everything you've done.
I suppose I should be thanking you then.
Mm-hmm.
And that means she nods in Kyra's direction. You must be Kyra.
Indeed, I am. There's a grumpy look on my face.
Are you the warlord of these parts? Is this your town?
Laugh. Warlord, you uncivilized, like, swear word, like some derogatory thing.
So you're telling me the white-furred cat is right. You elected? You decide together?
Indeed,
God.
we do. It's almost like we have a democracy here. If you have heard of such a revolutionary idea.
Well, you guys aren't long for the world if that's the path you've taken. You need a strong leader to keep people together in a time like this.
I mean, we appear to
Considering
have pretty
your
strong leaders already, right? Even though we have our little shitty democracy, right?
I don't know. Doesn't seem like anyone in charge is talking to me. Only minions and slackers.
Well, who would you want to talk to?
What is your leader? Your mayor? Your chieftain?
What do you want with our mayor? Our mayor deals with our economics and everything that's going on in town. I don't know why you would want
So
to talk
who
to
runs
them.
your army?
This is our army. You're looking at it.
Shakes her head. I can't believe I lost the three of you. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
It's almost like,
Glorious will rise again. Just you wait.
it's almost like the your way of life is got you to this point, and we put you there. So
I can't argue with you.
So do you want to talk about taxes with our mayor? Or
Only if you're talking about the taxes you'll pay me.
we're not paying you anything.
So what are you gonna do with me, huh? Leave me here, locked up for the rest of my life? You're gonna have to feed me.
Do you have
Sounds
more
You're gonna have
men?
to clean my waste up off the floorboards. Doesn't seem like a great plan.
What would you
Kill
want us
me or
to
let
do?
me go. You should let me go.
What are you going to do after this? Are you going to go take a break, go on vacation?
To be honest, I don't rightly know. You've killed most of my men, my troops.
I turned to Cairo. They should be hanged in the streets.
Damn.
yeah, I just
Ooh.
nod.
Woman after my own heart. That's what I would do with you if I had captured you all.
We don't have to kill any more people now, do we?
The Gloria's comment, like, join the club.
Okay.
Alright, I vote that we take a while to think about what to do with Gloria, and let's go figure out this golem situation.
Do we bring
Alright,
Gloria to
she'll-
the golem?
I don't think so. I think that's just gonna make things more complicated. Like, if it gets out of hand, then Gloria's gonna try to escape, and it's just gonna be a mess.
Probably. Yeah, that's true. Was mostly thinking like we don't want any of our people to like go into the like trigger that would like kill us. So if we like push Gloria in there, then that's more fun.
They've been stripped of all their like armor and. Okay.
Yeah.
They're just wearing, you know, enough clothes to be modestly covered and not affected by the weather.
Like rags, yeah.
But yeah, it would probably be too complicated and weird to bring Gloria into that situation, I think.
As well as, like, if it's, like, a controllable statue controlled by whoever touches it, then that gets spicy. But that's pretty unlikely, but it's still a possibility.
I'll just keep her put.
Yeah. Alright. So yeah, let's wait until you have your spells back and go check out this golem.
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right.
Also, question. How much XP do we get for killing all those baddies?
I suppose we could dole out some experience points if you really feel like you've deserved them.
I don't know. We did like take out a whole party of bandits.
You did.
And we just long rested before we went out on the wine journey, right? Yeah. We had to.
So
Yeah, we did.
We've got combat experience plus we will give you some additional experience for kind of saving the town from the threat in addition to the actual combat, and then we will subtract some experience for the dead civilians because it wasn't, you know, wasn't clean.
Yeah.
And then we'll divide it between the three of you. And ooh, that comes out to a nice, even, rounded number. Anything else that needs to be added?
PXP.
Hey, Thor, buddy. Hey, what's up? Okay. Okay.
Everyone can take home 350 experience points.
Oh geez, what does that math out to?
1916? If you had 1566?
Yes. 1916?
Yeah.
That seems like a date where something happened.
Yeah, isn't that World War One?
Is
End
it?
of World War One? 1916?
Something like that? I don't know.
No, 1918.
Mm.
1916 Battle of the Somme?
It was World War
Yeah.
One.
The
Neat.
Somme was 1916.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. We've already looked at it a lot. I'm gonna poke it, I think.
Oh, geez.
My intuition says place for orb. We have magical orb.
Magical orb?
And the Rod of Comfort.
Ah. There is that cylindrical hole in the device. A rod is a rough cylinder.
Does it?
In theory.
Oh, is it cylindrical? I thought it was spherical. Seems like it works either way.
Oh, but the Rod of Comfort is cylindrical as well, right?
Yeah.
It's...
Yeah.
But what if... Okay. Yeah.
So you're gonna
Would Annabelle
tell
be
Annabelle
up for
to-
doing that?
to stick the Rod of Comfort in this mysterious box behind her bedroom wall?
Mm-hmm.
I will offer to do it for her, but she can do it if she wants to.
Okay. She'll do it. She's brave. And we've waited until this happens like 3 days into your long rest. I'm assuming you want to wait until your long rest is over before
Yes,
you.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah, okay.
So would that be like
Just checking.
a
Anything
week after the
suspicious.
bandit encounter, or?
Yeah, a week after the bandit encounter. So everyone will gain some experience, their spell slots, their HP will go back up.
We should be on the 14th then, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Ooh, And because it's the 14th, I need somebody else to roll me a 2d6.
Oh, because you're American. Right. Weeks don't
Weekend.
start at Mondays.
No, they start on Sunday because the weekend is the book ending of the week. It's one on either side. So
But that's
Sunday's
not
first
the
day.
way anyone interprets that, right? So it's just
Of
very
course it is.
weird.
How else would you interpret it? You don't have
Good
2
news.
days off at the end of the week. You get the start and the end of the week off.
Damn.
The week ends. The ends of the week.
That's big brain logic. My tiny European brain does
like
not
a
understand
sandwich.
this.
It's Thursday and I'm waiting for the weekends.
Okay.
2d6 from somebody. Anybody.
Okay, I'll do it.
I have
2D.
you too. Yeah. I already did. 6.
Ooh. And what day of the week does this event happen on? 3rd day of the week. Okay, cool. So in 3 more days, something cool happened. I guess in 2 more days, something.
People want Annabelle to level up.
I am tracking her experience. She will eventually level, but she's not there yet.
Heck.
We need to get her to go out in the woods and grind for XP. Annabelle, you're burdened to this party at this level. Get to work.
How could you? How could you?
Just go like RPG, like
Do a bunch
like
of side
punching
quests.
trees. Yeah.
All right. It's Sunday. Everyone's fully rested and healed. Annabelle, at your instruction, puts the Rod of Comfort into that shaft, and the box begins to light up. The
Damn.
runes on it, about half the runes on it, begin to radiate with a swirling purplish colors. The other half of the runes remain solid and unaffected.
Wait, half of the runes?
Half the runes on the box light up.
Weird.
Well, there's another slot, correct?
hmm
In the box. What shape is it?
It is rectangular, but who knows what the inner shape could be. It could
Yeah.
be pointed, it could be rounded, it could be square, it could be like banged.
What
We
is
don't-
the
Should I try
dimensions
putting
of
my
this?
dagger in it and ascertaining the shape?
It is rounded on the inside, like a semicircle.
And what is the size of this rectangle?
What do I have? Desk. That is the appropriate.
It would be something like a disc.
Yeah.
Something about the width of this box.
So pretty chunky. It's not like a thin shield.
Yeah.
And the slot is pretty narrow. It's not. It's an inch, less than an inch
Yeah.
thick, a couple centimeters thick.
So more like a
That
disc,
is
yeah.
perfect.
Okay. So it's sort of like a plate or something.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
It's saucer, like.
Well, we don't exactly have any magical items if that's
You have any magical saucers?
Yeah.
Annabelle looks to you guys and gives a bit of a shrug. By the Mother's Mercy, I've seen nothing like this before. I didn't know this was here at all. What does that purple color mean to you?
Is that a school of magic?
Yeah, which school is that? Was it conjuration or
It
enchantment? Okay, so conjuration.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so I can tell her that it's so it's glowing with the magic from the school of conjuration. It's the same type that's kind of all over both this statue and the box. It also
Yeah.
seems to be enchanted, but hard to say what that means.
I'm gonna poke the statue just to see if anything happens.
With what do you poke the statue?
Something disposable, I guess. Sorry, what
So
did you
the-
say, Ashley?
What? I said the hilt of my sword.
The hilt of your sword. It taps on the statue, which is made of stone, and just nothing happens.
Okay, I'm
Sounded-
gonna use my finger and poke it.
Gloved or ungloved?
First gloved, then ungloved.
Yeah, at first nothing happens. You take off your gloves and reach out, and again, nothing happens. It's just nice and cool.
So it's relatively safe then, so we don't have to like care about tripping and like activating this thing. Okay.
And it's not like holding a plate or like something that would obviously fit into the box, or...
Correct.
Does it look like we are... Does it look like it's just a random feature of the box, or is it like obvious, like here's slot 1 and here's slot 2? Like, or do they have the same, I don't know, do they have some trim of some sort or something that makes them really look like they're slots we're supposed to put something in, sort of like a keyhole, I guess?
I mean, other than them being holes in a thing, there's nothing to tell you what to do. There's, there's these runes on it, which you guys can't decipher. And these holes, and that's pretty much all there is to it. And you have seen the Rod of Comfort does activate something within it. But you're missing a component.
No, we don't know of any other magical items, because I'm pretty sure the Rod of Comfort was the only magical item, right?
The temple's got like a couple of healing potions, and I think a potion of neutralized poison or something like that are here. Rod of Comfort, 3 neutralized poison potions, 20 potions of healing, and 1 scroll of dispel magic. And none of these things would fit. Yeah. Excuse me?
I ask Annabelle, the previous cleric didn't have any relevant item on him when... Okay.
Where did they live?
He lived here in the temple. But he would report back to the head cleric of Northridge occasionally.
Did we actually look through the temple when we were in Northridge? We went to the keep, I think, but not...
Yeah. Well, sounds like maybe we could find some answers there.
Yeah.
We were missing a component here.
So the golem, just checking, is like smooth everywhere. There's no like slots in the back to plug in a key and wind it up.
Right. The golem has no slots in it.
That's specific.
Although that's a really cool idea for a magic golem, where you put like a large key and then you turn it, and as forever many turns you make it, it lasts that number of rounds, and then it activates and runs around.
It'd be really
Pretty
cute.
good idea. I love it.
It would be adorable and not harm anyone.
Just like the blink dogs. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't have any other ideas really, because it feels like it seems like it's something that might have been created by the previous clerics or some of their families or something. And it seems to obviously react to magical items, so I guess that's kind of where we need to search.
Here's a question for you. Is it reacting to the magic in the Rod of Comfort specifically, or is it just reacting to magic generally? Is it the rod that is activating it, or just being, in proximity to something highly magical?
Do we have any, shit, I forget was the other not purple one, conjuration or enchantment?
The green one was enchantment.
Okay, do we have any enchantment spells?
I don't know if invisibility counts.
I mean, that does count, doesn't it? Or no, would that be
can
alteration
touch.
or something?
Invisibility is an illusion spell.
Illusion. Oh, okay, let me actually take a look then. I just realized on my
Actually-
character sheet. I do have
actually,
some enchanting spells.
Mage Hand is conjuration, and I have that. So I can just stick a Mage Hand in there. Right?
Wait, that's so smart and literally be like sticking the mage hand inside
Yeah.
the slot.
You want to cast Mage Hand and have the hand poke the disc or the rod?
I guess initially the rod, the hole where we put the rod to see if it reactivates, I guess.
It does not. The Mage
Okay.
Hand pokes in and nothing happens.
What about the other slot?
It can fit a single finger, maybe like all the fingers slightly into the slot, and nothing happens.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's worth a shot.
I need to roll for a cantrip surge.
Oh yes, please.
Okay, there we go.
Wow. I really don't know when it's gonna
you
happen.
Just swore to Barnaby.
You know, he's not here.
Ooh, I like that little bit of danger in Pearl.
Look, this is important, and
A little bit spicy.
I am curious to a fault, okay? So I just need to try it and find out.
It would have been great if you had summoned another fire golem or something.
Yeah.
Still
we
Barnaby.
have
It just
no
it just
other
showed up.
Magical
I don't know
items.
where it came from.
It just showed up right next to Pearl. No one knows where it came
Uh,
from.
have we confirmed that there are no other magical items? Could I do like a sweep of what's left of the temple with my
Yeah.
detect magic?
Is the arcane
Yeah.
focus? Or,
Oh, my staff?
So
Um,
the other magic items in the temple were locked in a chest. They were the potions and the scroll. They're still intact, but they are potions are necromantic, all of them, and the scroll is abjuration, I believe. And they're not persistent magical items. They're all single-use magic items.
arcane focus magical?
No, it helps channel your magic, but it is not inherently magical in and of itself.
Can we pick up the box? Or the golem, I guess?
The golem is way too heavy for one person to pick up. You might be able to move it with a coordinated workforce with ropes and beams to help support it and carry it. The box you could pick up. It weighs maybe 10 pounds. Kind of heavy, not too heavy.
The box can be taken away from this.
I bet we should just leave it there. I also want to just check the bottom, as well as the floor underneath it. Just make sure there's nothing there. Don't expect there to be anything, but... So have, like, someone hoist it up and another person look under, then set it back down.
Yeah, it's just the bottom side is ordinary. All the other sides are ordinary. Other than the top, there are ruins on the 4 faces, and then the slots on the top, and then the bottom is just blank.
is there anything inside, like if we shake it?
It sounds empty and hollow.
Okay.
Oh.
See.
Well, what do you guys want to do about this? Do you have an idea of what to do, or an idea of someone who might be able to help inform you?
Yeah,
is
I
this
mean,
something
so-
to table or investigate right now?
There's heading to Northridge, but I don't super want to do that. I don't exactly want to leave town, so I'm trying to explore all the other options before resorting to that.
And in Northridge, there was that banshee.
Yeah, so we would have to
Yeah.
get there in the day
Nightmare.
before night fell. Assuming that it's a nocturnal creature, which might not be.
Yeah, we don't know the details of how it works. We just got the crap scared out of us. And all our health taken.
We did also, we also never cast detect magic when we were there last time, right? So we don't actually
Yeah.
know if there's
I
anything
don't know that
magical
I
there.
had it, yet.
I think you were out of spell slots last time we were there, and we
We
didn't know
didn't
yet
know
that you
about
had
the
ritual casting.
casting.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it'd be like that.
Okay. But I feel like that's kind of the only lead that I can think of.
Yeah, explore the temple there. If
Yeah.
they were in contact with the previous cleric.
And the weird magical orbs where Pearl showed up don't have any objects in them.
What about our little pile of rocks that Lydia and I put up where I was found? Is there a very disc-shaped rock there? Or no?
This thing is older
There
than
are
those rocks.
no disc-shaped rocks. That's a bit of a stretch.
We tried pouring a healing potion in the
That
cavity.
would be wasting a healing potion. It would, you wouldn't be able to put it back in the bottle and have it be functional again. It'd be diluted and ruined by the dust and the dirt and
And
everything.
just, like,
But you can totally do it if you want,
it
but
up.
just know that you're expending a healing
Yeah,
potion.
it's like a valuable item we shouldn't just waste.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know, like, just it's to investigate.
And like, it's not like some magical item could be like buried in the fire in the records room. I assume that's all been cleared out and cleaned up.
The records room was boarded up and left after the last fire.
Yeah, but
No
like
one's
after
been
the
inside
fire,
for years.
after the fire, did people like go through the wreckage, clean things up, or did they just like immediately just like nope out of there and board it up?
Well, that's an
Fire
interesting
happened-
point. They might have not known if anything in there was magical or not either.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could investigate that.
Yeah, the fire happened 10 years ago. So you would have been how old, Kyra?
Shit, how old I? Oh no, it's on the wiki.
You're like 25, so you would have been like 15.
Okay, so you would have been, if you were 15, you would have been aware enough of what was happening at the time, because your dad would have been the sheriff. So you would know that after the fire, they went in to recover corpses so that they could be buried properly, and then everything was just boarded up and left behind. There wasn't much in there other than, you know, burnt and charred things, and all the paper vellum documents were destroyed, so you know, none of those people would have known what to look for magical items. Also, it would be weird if there were magic items just chilling in the records room, right?
So my bad
Probably
theory is that the old cleric might have had it on them when they died, and it might have fallen off of his corpse. Pretty unlikely, but it's at least something to try. It's pretty easy to check, so...
Yeah, you guys can go find the wall. I think it's memorable where the records room was. It is... Where is...
I think, like, nobody in the town is going to be upset with, like, disturbing a holy place or whatever, because this is a worthy cause.
Mm-hmm.
Not holy, or sanctuary is something, whatever.
It's a term, yeah. The records room is... Where's my map?
A mystery.
Right over here. Right next to Lydia's house, actually.
Oh.
Some text. Records room. Whoops.
These-
I see.
Okay. I think I'm gonna also take the opportunity while this is opened up to like clean it up, make it like not a burnt out hellhole, but like make it a little presentable before we board it up again.
Yeah, this place hasn't been touched in a very long time. Dust has settled all over the place. So when you first go in, there's a small chamber to the left which is not the records room. That's like the actual front office. And then deeper in the mine and like around a corner is another room, and that shares a stone wall with the office, and that is where the records room is. And then there's also tunnels going back, there's tunnels going off the records room, there's another tunnel going that way, and no one has any idea where these go. Maybe one of the like older miners who's been around for a long time, who actually worked this mine 10 years ago or 15 years ago, might know something. But of the people inspecting this right now, it's just sort of passages that lead into darkness. You'll have to bring a lantern or a torch or a light spell with you to see around in here. And the records room itself is not but ash and burnt columns. You can see part of the wall or part of the ceiling has collapsed in the back of the records room, where some of the support beams had burned away and some small cave-in filled the area. But poking around here, there doesn't look to be anything of value, let alone magical.
Assuming
tidied up.
Tristel casts, like ritual casts, like.
Assuming
Yeah.
there's a detect magic cast, there's nothing magical.
Because we're
or
looking specifically
valuable.
for something magical potentially to use.
You know what? You
On the
know what is
books.
magical? It's Pan.
It's destruction magic. That's my cat.
Oh, yes, little nugget.
Sorry.
You know.
I've been watching those ears for like a while.
Oh, are they showing up on the cam?
A
Well,
little
yeah,
bit,
little
but not that
triangle.
much, yeah.
Triangles.
Okay, well, that was worth a shot.
But maybe we can bring one of the miners or the older ones that might be experienced, and just have them maybe not know anything about the history, but at the very least to see what, like, if there's anything of interest in the mines.
Yeah.
You're gonna send them into the deep sections of the mines by themselves?
Not by themselves. I guess we would come along and bring a torch and everything.
Okay.
Or maybe we shouldn't. I don't know. Maybe it's like completely unrelated to what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a whole other task that should be its own big thing to explore the mines.
Yeah.
So what do you guys want to do then?
I want to talk to Lydia, and so Lydia used to live in Northridge.
Yes.
So I'm gonna ask Lydia if she knows anything about any magical items, specifically that might have been disc-shaped, I suppose, in Northridge.
Well, she'll tell you that during the height of the Farron Empire before the war, there were many magical items owned by people in Northridge, but they were owned by individuals. Maybe some things belonging to the town, some things belonging to a temple, but always in the hands of very specific people. She doesn't remember any specific disc-shaped magical item, but it's very likely that if it was an item belonging to an organization, the temple, an individual, that she wouldn't know of it. She would only know things about items that she had personally encountered or used, or things that were like highly public and ceremonial. So she
Right.
doesn't know anything about this, but she does know the rough layout of the town. Most of the buildings are long destroyed, and so you wouldn't necessarily know what was a temple or what was a whatever. But if you're looking for a specific building, she can give you directions, or if you want to be really risky, you can take her with you. But Lydia has like D8 hit points, so
Yeah, no, I think I would ask Lydia to scribble a little map for us where, yeah.
she will tell you that the temple in Northridge was right along the river. She mentions this bridge that used to be right next to. However, the bridges in Northridge are all gone now. You could probably find the ruins of a bridge and be able to locate a temple nearby. It's probably doable.
So we would know if the temple is on the north or the south side of the river, right?
It would be on the north side of the river,
Okay.
next to a large stone bridge, about 2/3 of the way through town, headed the other direction. That's enough to get you close enough that it would just take a few hours, days, depending on your checks, to find the exact spot. Minutes, if you roll well. You've got enough information to at least head there and look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harry
definitely.
doesn't want to leave town though. So that's a problem.
I mean, Northridge is only, what, a day away? 2 days away?
That's about how far we got before we had to go back to town, though. So,
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know.
Why don't we take our last break right here while we ponder these things, and we'll come back for a final segment.
all right, sounds good. I'll see y'all after the break.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Embers of the Wilds. Our party is in town. You've discovered the golem. You've investigated the golem, poked around with it for a little bit, went into the old ruined mines where the records room is, and now we're trying to figure out where to go, when to go.
Yeah.
So we do have this problem of like, I think Kyra, like in character, absolutely doesn't want to leave because of everything that's happened, which makes it kind of complicated to bring Kyra along, unless Tristel charms Kyra, I guess.
That'd be so manipulative. I love it.
Yeah, because it is really scary to leave town at this point after everything that's happened. So I don't know.
Yeah. So
how we're
one thing
gonna
that
do
we
it.
could do is this is kind of weird, like prescribing what roleplay should happen before it happens, but like if we go to Barnaby and say, hey, we need to go outside of town and investigate stuff, like Kyra needs to be free of her sheriff duties to be able to do this, and Kyra's father should take over sheriffing duties. Then Kyra wouldn't feel obligated to protect the town. Thor, that's a light. And you're being a lot, buddy.
The webcam shakes.
You did also be a very good daughter and give your parents some nice prezzies, so
Indeed.
you'd be like, well, I'll do anything for my daughter.
Okay. So you're going to move protection of town duties to another?
Yes, to my father specifically, the ex-sheriff.
And then you guys are going to head out on your own, the three of you, to Northridge to go investigate the ruins or remains of the temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
But you know, so, what if this transfer of duties and setting that up and communicating to the town happens to take 3 days?
Specifically.
Something happened 2 days later. It takes a while to investigate all these things and prepare, and you have to keep an eye on the
Bureaucracy.
new people. Yeah, there's a certain amount of complications and all of these. That is when, coming up from the east side of town in a...
Oh, what day is it?
It's trout. I'm gonna be so hyped if it's trout.
Tuesday
I know,
the
I've been
16th.
really hoping we could see Trout again.
Sorry,
Cool.
Tuesday, 16th?
Tuesday the 16th.
That brat ran away in the middle of battle.
But he did save us.
Got a
Yeah.
fish bone to pick with him.
Coming in from the east side of town is a traveling mage, or what looks to be a wizard of sorts. Someone who has intentionally trying to telegraph spellcaster to you by these like big billowing robes, sort of a wide brimmed hat, not quite like a nice tall pointy wizard hat, but you know, a nice broad brimmed hat, a walking stick with an orb stuck in the top of it, little pouches hanging off of his belt everywhere. His belt, her belt everywhere. clearly someone trying to pass as a magic user in these lands. Starts coming up the walkway, the path, and then when the town comes into view, calls out from a distance. And this is what will probably get you guys alerted, is that there is a spell-casting wizard on the east side of town hollering at the town.
Oh.
Right. Guess we go to investigate.
Yeah,
Not
I'm
sure
also
what
gonna
to say.
head out.
Yeah, for sure.
Where are we on the map?
East.
Which side's the
east.
east side of town?
The right side.
Okay, so then that's like kind of like near my neck of the woods. Anywho.
Yeah, somewhere way over here. I guess we can just get a random wizard's token for someone coming on in by the walkway. Where is she?
I don't want to be drinking. I want to have been hanging out over here drinking. Enjoying all my new fame.
Mm-hmm.
Free drinks from people.
Mage token. Roll20 is being really slow. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
We're
all
just
good.
gonna give a random token until we can find the right one. Anyway, this mage shows up and hangs out here on this spot, calling out to the town until the appropriate people, that's you guys, show on up. Hello, travelers, or denizens.
What brings you here?
Great question. What does bring her here? I am searching the area. There's magic in the land, and I'm hoping you might have seen something. Have you seen anything unusual?
Might have seen a number of unusual things.
I quick whisper to Thor. Don't stare directly into this light. That's very bright. Oh my goodness. I quick whisper to my companions to ask, do we tell them about Pearl's arrival magic? Because they might be able to tell us something more if they actually are a fair, more experienced wizard who has seen some shit.
Maybe
feel like
we
we need-
should.
We need to
Keep
build
that
some trust
information.
first, I think.
Yeah, we can definitely tell them that there's been strange things appearing out of nothing.
Yeah.
More than just Pearl
Thor, that is the
has
mouse,
appeared here.
buddy.
Golems. Got a whole
Yeah,
pack
I
of
think we
frogs
do.
looking for magic.
Dice. That's dice. That's very uncomfortable.
Is that what you ask of her? How would you go about bringing this up?
Okay, so I think we do confirm that we have detected an ambient magic. And then I will ask them what class or school of magic they detect.
All of them. Everywhere. Swirling about us. Faint, but omnipresent.
Okay, so they're definitely a wizard. They're not just pretending to be wizards.
Yeah.
That's good.
Confirmed.
Okay, I'm gonna.
May I approach your town, please? She calls out.
Yes, you may.
She will come on up
Thank
the
you for
steps.
asking.
Oh, I'm gonna move out of the way, I guess. This is very quick.
By the way, I can't see the map at all right now because there's a cat.
Oh.
But
Fair enough.
What's your
You're
name?
nearby. I am Henrietta. She gives you a curtsy and a flourish. I'm simply traveling by. I chartered a ship up the coast when I spotted the magic of the area. Thought I would take a quick hop off and see what I could find, and I've been 4 days from the coast, and here we are. What do you call this place?
Oh, we call it Trog Canyon.
Yeah.
Splendid. And you must be the troglodytes then. How long has this magic been here? Are you...
We don't
I laugh.
actually know. I think we've only recently been able to see the magic, so it's new to us, but we have no idea for how long it's been here.
And you don't know where it comes from?
Not yet.
We haven't been able to find any boundaries to where this magic ends. We've traveled a couple days in various directions, and it seems to not get any stronger or weaker. So we haven't been able to pinpoint a center.
It's very similar to what I've noticed.
As in your travels, did you notice it appearing? Does it have a boundary where you came from?
I was just on the coast when I was casting some spells. I was doing a little bit of investigating when I noticed the magical signature. I didn't notice when it first began, only when I happened to be casting Detect Magic already within the aura. I didn't know which way was stronger or weaker, but I figured it would be harder to track at sea, so I came on land. Don't have a long time to stay, but if you've traveled in for many miles, many days from here, I suppose there's not much else to look.
I think we should trust them with...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're going to go to the not pearls one first, but the other one first.
Yeah, the orbs. We could show
Yeah.
them that.
'Cause
orbs in the
there's two
woods.
that we found, right?
Yeah.
So we have found some weird magical auras in a few locations close to our town, out to the west. We could show it to you if you're interested.
Please, I would love to see that. And you guys can take her there and show her these like spots where you've got these globes hovering that are swirling with stronger types of magic. And she will ooh and ah at them for a little while, cast her divination spells, and come away scratching her head saying, well, this is most fascinating. Do you know what these spots do? Is there something correlated or connected to them?
Well, kinda. So, I kind of arrived through one of these orbs. I don't know how to explain it, but I was very young when it happened, but through one of these I appeared here in the canyon. As you may have noticed,
So you're
there's
saying-
nobody else like me in this town, I guess. And I'm not sure when or I don't know exactly how or why it happened.
So
Explain
you're
that
the
this
only
is like-
Tabaxi here.
I'm the only what?
Tabaxi.
A tabaxi?
Don't you know?
I have no idea what that is. Is that what I am?
Are you? Yes.
People keep calling
I
me a
suppose.
cat all the time. So I'm not actually a cat?
I mean, she kind of shrugs and does like a, I don't want to define you. Tabaxi are a species of cat-like humanoids. They are very similar to felines. Some say that the gods, in their infinite wisdom, created cats, saw what was good, and made Tabaxi in their image. Others say that Tabaxi were first created, and the gods wanted to punish them for the wickedness of their ways, and transformed their young into ordinary felines. I don't know which is true, if either of them are. But
I have never ever met anyone of my kind. Where is everyone else? Why is there none of us here? Except for me?
I've never met any of your kind before. I've only read about you in books. I wouldn't know where to find them. That's why I was surprised to see you here.
Do you... You don't have one of those books on you, do you? Maybe you don't bring books.
No. I
Okay.
left it home in my tower.
Oh. You have a tower?
She nods her head once in affirmation.
So where are you from, actually?
You will forgive me if I'm not eager to share my home information, my home address with strangers.
Well, I mean, we kind of just shared our home address, so. But you don't have to
Hey,
say. I guess. I've just never heard anyone ever know of my kind. You're the first one I've ever met. And I don't know, I'm just very curious. I'm sorry. Continue
I wish
looking
I
at
could
the
tell you more.
magic.
Well, these stronger points are quite a bit stronger. And if you arrived, when did you arrive?
I think it's around 18 years ago at this point.
Well, then that means if you arrived via one of these orbs, that they've been here for that long. Perhaps this magical aura has been around here for that long as well. 18 years puts us near the end of the war. It's not unreasonable to think that some of the spillage might have caused these pockets, but not the rest of this pervasive area.
We've seen a lot of weird magical creatures here as of late. These magmen,
Magmen.
the lava creatures.
Earth elementals, yes.
And
Possibly, yeah.
the teeth chickens.
Teeth chickens. I've never heard of one of those before.
We do not know the proper name for them, and I'll give a quick
Chompers.
description of their chickeny legs,
Little chompy boys.
gaping, chompy mouths.
Oh my, I have no idea what that is. Never
We-
heard of anything like that.
We did meet some draconians. I don't know if
She
you
shakes
know
her head. I'm
what those are.
unfamiliar with those as well.
They were also
Bizarre.
talking about another creature. They were called dragons, I think. They also lay eggs, kind of like chickens. Do you know what? Have you seen or heard of those before?
Familiar with dragons, I've never had the pleasure or terror of meeting one in person.
Are they scary?
Extraordinarily. And she'll describe dragons to you and talk
Hell
about
yeah.
these massive
Yeah.
winged lizards that breathe fire and have a huge swath of fear that follows them wherever they go, and the mounds of gold they hoard, the kingdoms that they keep captured and paying tribute to them, otherwise they'll go through and destroy things, or the occasional good dragons that show up that find a place that they have some sort of connection with and will act as an advisor for generation on generation of leader there, not really getting involved with the local issues, but sort of acting as a wise guide to help others rule. She'll talk about them at length and then sort of wrap up her story.
Oh, yeah.
Are there any dragons nearby? Or do we not know where they are?
No, there are none nearby. Not that I've found, at least. They usually make their presence known, so I would be surprised if any were about.
But I'm
That
gonna chip
said,
in.
or of this size that stretches for days upon days might eventually attract one.
So I'm gonna chip in and say that and it's weird that the Draconians were here, and I'll explain how they reproduce and whatnot, and so express my confusion over why they're looking for dragons here. Or no, sorry, they were trying to find the source of the magic to be able to get a magic source to reproduce. Sorry, I forgot that.
I think they had secured a dragon egg.
Right.
And they used that
yeah.
as some type of magic.
She hears this and is very disturbed. The concept of good dragon eggs being corrupted by these creatures in order to, spawn dozens of these small, vicious monsters. You tell her everything, right? About the one that turns to acid and the one that turns to stone.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
She's very disturbed by this. These creatures sound terrifying. There are 5 types of good dragons. bronze, brass, copper, silver, and gold. And if what you says is right, that these baz come from brass and the kapoks come from copper, there should still be 3 types left unfound, assuming they come from all types of dragon eggs. Brass
Yeah,
and copper are the weaker of the good dragons, so that means if there are other draconians yet to be discovered, then they will be stronger than their brethren. Assuming that their strengths are correlated to those of the dragons. It might not be the case. I know very little about these.
I did
Strength,
overhear
abilities.
the name. Sorry.
Oh no, that's all I was saying. There seemed to be a difference between them. That certain ones had different abilities, like poison or whatnot.
I did overhear the names Savax and Bozax, and there seem to be fewer numbers of those. So
Well,
that's probably
Bozax
2 more.
must be the bronze, and the Savax must be the silvers, which leaves gold. Gold dragons are, of all the dragons, the strongest by far. They are even more powerful than the legendary reds. I would. She gives a bit of a shudder.
Good to know. Thank you for sharing your dragon lore.
Thank you for leading me to this pocket, she says, kind of putting her hands around where you think the pocket might be. Of course, you can't ever see it, Khyperia, because you don't cast spells. You're just relying on your friends to be honest with you. She kind of feels the outside of it and then produces from her bag a potion, a flask about yay tall, about this thick around all the way, and holds it within the aura, and the potion begins to sort of like shimmer as if reacting to the magic of the space. And she'll quickly pull it out and say, I wish I could stay and study this. I may have to come back. I don't have infinite time to explore this region. Would it be okay with you if I returned at some point?
Of course. Do you mind telling us what that potion was?
It was a potion of invisibility.
Fascinating that it reacted that way.
Then why do you think it would react that way?
She shakes her head. I saw that it was an overwhelming source of magic. I thought I would just put something in it to see what happened. I don't know what the source of this magic that covers every school and is of such intensity, but it's certainly strong enough to still interact with objects present. She shrugs. I don't know.
Do we tell her about the weird box?
Yes, I was gonna suggest we ask if she has other magical items.
We found something weird in our town recently. Maybe it's completely unrelated to this magic you're investigating already, but it's magical in nature, and we don't know quite what we're dealing with.
I guess I'll explain the history of boarding up mines and the fact that this thing was so undiscovered, like on our walk back to the town.
Also, the nature of the magic that it is surrounded in conjuration and enchantment magic.
That makes sense for a golem. They are often spirits pulled from an elemental plane or an outer plane or something, and then bound to a physical object and forced into a sense of servitude. So enchantment and conjuration makes sense for a golem. It would need something to activate it or control it, a source for use. I know that the Farron Empire, long ago, would use golems in remote locations that they could not afford to dispatch permanent forces to. And that the leaderships of
Damn.
these areas might have a way of activating them.
Interesting.
Fascinating.
So if this is one of those, then there must be a key to turn it on.
So I think we found half of the keys, but we're missing one piece of the puzzle. Do you perhaps know of any? Maybe you don't know the local region very much, but we're not quite sure what to even look for in terms of finding this key.
Well, it'll be magical. And held by someone of importance, a cleric or a head noble or a captain of the guard or someone in a position of authority who the Empire feels they could trust or felt they could trust. That, of course, that was 20 years ago. It's possible the key's also been entirely destroyed or ruined or whatnot.
What exactly would happen were we able to unlock the power of this golem? Is it something we want to even activate?
Granted, I'm no expert in this. I'm just piecing together things I know, but if it is the sort of activatable protection golem, when turned on, it would follow the orders to the best of the ability of whoever controlled it, which would have something to do with one of the keys. And then it would, well, they're not bright. They can lift and they can bash, and that's about it. They are also unrepairable. Once they sustain damage, there is no way to fix them other than to break them entirely and remake a new one.
So these keys, would they have the keys in different places, or would they always be local to each of the towns that have the golems?
I would expect you'd want to keep keys close on hand so that it could be activated. If it's days or weeks away, it's not much use to have a golem around. That's what I would expect.
So the other half of the key should be in town?
There also has been 20 years, or like more than 20 years since this thing has been activated, and it's been boarded up since who knows when, so key could have been moved.
If the golem hasn't been activated since the war, it's also possible keys had been moved, or maybe were held elsewhere. I don't know the history of your town very well. Maybe there's something in the founding records?
I chuckle. Say, unfortunately, those were destroyed by a fire about a decade ago.
Did you tell her that the Rod of Comfort was an item used to activate it? Or that it
I think
responded
so.
to?
Right?
Well, we said we have one piece.
Yeah, I think we said that we have one piece of the key, but not what it is.
She says, I would ask the oldest noble and the oldest cleric in town, and the oldest person in town as well, see if they remember anything on the subject.
All right, will do. I assume they want to take off before we ask everyone.
Yeah, I mean, she's got some time to stick around, but she does need to continue her voyage. She's got places to be, and she is paying by the day, probably like 30 gold a day or something to go on this expedition. So she wants to giddy up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Can I... Do you mind if I ask you a question? Just unrelated to this? So you seem knowledgeable about dragons and whatnot.
Yes.
You're a spellcaster, right? You know how to harness magic.
I am.
You seem to be knowledgeable, and I've just been wondering, so I've been having a lot of issues controlling my magic. There seems to be a lot of mistakes happening, and I guess I've just never had any proper training. So how do you control your magic? How do you prevent it from going out of control?
What do you mean you've never had any training? Who taught you?
You know, there's nobody actually taught me anything about magic. It just kind of feels
You're a
natural
sorcerer.
to me.
She says, like nodding her head in understanding.
Okay. So how do can I learn to become a wizard like you?
No. No. There are many. Magic is accessible by many different avenues, and it takes many different forms. You and I, sorcerer and wizard, share a similar type of magic called the arcane. However, we have different ways of accessing it, and this is something that is imbued with us at birth. A person like you, a sorceress, needs very little in the way of study. Your magic comes from within. It burns as part of your being, as part of your essence. However, that does make it a little bit less controllable. You have to sort of use your intuition and your gut to make it happen. And people, being the emotional and uncontrollable creatures that we are, impart a little bit of that freedom of spirit into our spells. The upside is that your magic is easy to use, they say. Wizards
Yeah, I
have a
haven't
much
had
harder
to study much.
access. It takes us decades of research and practice in order to control the magic. We have it access it in a slightly different route through a rote memorization of words and consonants and syllables and graphs and charts and tables that we have to constantly refresh in our minds. It is difficult, takes a lot of study, and if our spell books are stolen or destroyed, it may take years to recover our lost abilities. But there's more control. I fear that your spells will always be a little wild, a little unpredictable.
It's been causing me a lot of trouble, and I've been hoping I could learn to control them just one day, not have to worry about, snakes appearing out of nowhere.
That sounds terrible. That
Yeah.
sounds awful. Oh my.
Look, they were
I'm glad
friendly
I'm not-
snakes, and Tristella here actually made friends with one of them, so we're fine. It's not that
That's
bad.
true, and I kind of cover the sling that I ended up making from the skin snake for my lyre.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. I usually don't associate with sorceresses. They're not always what do you say? Your kind are fewer and farther between than my kind.
Wait, do you feel like you can't trust me, or?
No.
Oh, okay. I was a little worried there.
No. I'm sure you are a fine, upstanding citizen. You've been nothing but kind to me and very amenable to sharing what you know about the world. It's just...
Oh, can you be careful not to tell people about our town?
You can trust me. I do intend on returning to this place to reinvestigate these signatures when I have some more free time. And out of my own self-interest, I would rather not let anyone know that this place is here, so that I may delve its secrets.
Okay, that sounds really good. We've
Also-
had a lot of trouble with bandits coming through, and it seems like we're kind of secure in that not a lot of people know about this place. So we kind of want to keep it that way just for our own safety.
I will also mention the banshee in the town and say, hey, travel through there in the day. We don't want you dying.
She nods her head. Long ago, I learned that abandoned towns, ruins especially, need be avoided at night. There are a great many of restless dead that lie in the ashes of the former empire.
Good.
Well then, if that is all, I shall depart, and I shall return hopefully in a few months. I look forward to seeing you all again.
Look forward to seeing you too.
All right, thank you so much for coming by and for telling me about dragons. They sound really fascinating.
Dragons do sound very cool. I
Alright,
wish
and
more
she will
people
go.
would just come up and tell me about dragons.
She will depart. And I guess that leaves us with the party. And before we end our session today, what direction are you guys going to go in? The lure of having a controllable golem left in town that can be started whenever it is needed. It's a pretty powerful thing, and that would sort of solve your Khyra feels obligated to stay in town stuff. Then again, you did get your dad to take over for you.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a pretty reliable fighter, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna just do one final sweep of the town, like, taking in the advice. Like, I assume we already asked, like, Barnaby and my dad and all of those people about if they saw anything, but just making sure that's all done and square with. Then I think, heading to the city is a good idea, and is probably what we're gonna do next session.
I feel like Barnaby has
Yeah.
a secret magical item somewhere, and he doesn't know of it or keeps it away from us. And that's...
Yeah, I
Maybe
assume,
be
like,
clueless about it.
we can just do this off session of, like, casting detect magic in various people's homes, etc., and, like, do all of that shit. So
Yeah, you did spend 3 days probably searching the town for magic items. You would not have seen any anywhere. If someone is hiding a magical item from you, it's very possible that they could have kept it out of the range of your spell. But it would have to have been like either something intentional, or it's locked away and people have forgotten about it, and it's like behind a stone wall or something.
yeah. Okay.
But there appears to be no other magic item in the entirety of your town. And this is where we will
Right.
end. So when we come back next week, our party will brave the Banshee of Northridge.
Will we though, or will we just avoid it? You know.
I am very careful to only go there in the day. Like, we're getting the fuck out of there if the sun starts setting.
Camp outside town, even.
Then it'll be fine. We can just roll some dice and hand wave the entire encounter, I'm sure. No
Yeah.
danger there.
I have this vague memory of how banshees work from another campaign that I saw a long time ago, and I'm a little scared. Like, I think there was a thing about, like, you can only damage it with magical items, which, you know...
Yeah, I don't think we're ready to take on the Banshee. Like, no way.
Yeah, I don't know, it's a little scary. But I guess we wouldn't know in character.
I mean, it's one monster, right? You guys just took out
I don't
9.
know. I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be very careful about, like, staying safe, make sure we don't encounter it.
Yeah. All right.
Priority is not encountering it over finding the item.
Sounds good.
Well then, next week we will have to come back and find out what happens.
Yes.
Indeed.
All right. Thank you so much for the session.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Pearl knows she's a
playing.
Tabaxi now.
Yay!
All right. Do you have any Koibu, what's up next? Anything you want to plug or? I'm gonna plug your Twitch. There you go.
Oh, thank you. That's all that you need. That's my Twitch. I have shows that happen on it sometimes. If you're interested, you can check it out.
I've enjoyed the Plant Daddy content. Very strong.
I used to do a gardening stream called, I can't remember, some sort of gardening themed name. But our house is positioned where the sun is, and with the weird winters that we have here, like there's not a lot of time to do planting and gardening, and there's a just chatting option for Twitch, but there's no gardening option. So you gotta like find the right gardening themed game that no one ever plays, and Plant Daddy is just a hilarious name.
Plant Daddy's so strong. It's so strong. I love it.
I tend to do more. I intend to do more gardening in the near future.
Nice.
So if you like that stuff, come on by.
Yeah, I've had a similar issue. Like streaming game development, there's no category for game development. So like usually I have to either go under like science and technology. So I'm like right next to 24/7 hawk nest. Like that's kind of like it's very strange. Yeah, similar issue there. I think there's a game called something game development that I could stream on, but
Game Dev Simulator.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm on my channel. I'm still working through some technical issues to get this old Grey's Anatomy game streamable. But I'll maybe in the next week or so probably have that set up and go through the adventures of casts of Grey's Anatomy. This weird Ubisoft game. Yeah, excited.
Well, yeah. All right. Yeah. Anything else? I'm gonna resume streaming DDR, Dance Dance Revolution, in a few weeks. I'm still recovering from surgery,
Nice.
so it's gonna take a while, which is why I'm kind of on a hiatus right now. But it should be playable at some point. My doctor said that I can sort of, if it hurts, I should stop, but I can probably try it out soon. So,
Definitely listen to the doctor
yep.
on that one.
All right. Otherwise, I think that's going to be it for the stream. Unless you had something you want to bring up, Ashley. Something.
Excited for Formula One tomorrow. There's a spicy like Ferraris in first, Hamilton's in seventh. Like, goddamn.
It's very strange.
That's my life right now.
All right. Neat. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. All right. Thank you all so much for joining. I'm gonna stick around for a small post-stream chat in case people want to chat, because we don't really interact with chat a lot. So feel free to stick around if you want to do that. Otherwise, I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for joining.
Bye.
All right, there we go. Post-stream. Here we are. We can now, or I can now answer questions, I guess, in case there was anything you wanted to chat about, or if there was something I missed during the stream, because I don't always read chat. I'm also gonna eat because I never had dinner. I usually eat dinner before the stream, but rip that. The cheese on this lesser pizza has solidified. Yeah, my hecking cantrip surge just never happens. Scorching Ray was pretty sick. You know, I thought I think Neil told us how much health the non-Gloria bandits had. And we were like, oh, okay, they're just like D8 plus 2 or whatever. So in my mind, I was just like, all right, Gloria should be like 3 times that or whatever. That was what I had in mind. So I was hoping that my initial like stacking like the inspiration from Tristel, the potentially getting a wild surge, as well as my using Tides of Chaos, and using my sorcery points to do an empowered spell. Like in my mind, I was just like, and your arrow. I was thinking like all of these things should add up to enough to kill her, right? And then that would be like an intimidation thing. All the other bandits would leave, but that did not in fact happen. Because holy heck, Gloria had so much health. I did not expect that. There was a ridiculous amount of health, and I did like really good. Like I did a lot of damage with my Scorching Ray, but yeah. 5e HP is bonkers because you have to survive 5e action economy. Sure. I mean, I guess even taking that into account, I don't know. Or maybe I'm just using myself as a reference because I don't have a lot of HP, so why should she have a lot of HP? Yep. Oh, and it's extra spicy now because she's back to full health.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I saw someone recommend that we like keep her at low health. But, I take that right.
It seems a little immoral as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if I would want to do that.
A little spicy.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, like everyone gaining up on just her, I think would be fine.
Yeah.
It's like the fact that there were 8 other bandits.
Yeah. How much did y'all plan this encounter? I'd only briefly mentioned it to Ashley that like I wanted to try intimidating Gloria and have both Kyra and Tristel ready to do something. Like either attack Gloria with a ready action, or protect the hostages that they took. So that like if anything went wrong, they could attack whoever is about to attack the hostages. And then I was hoping that like stacking up all of these things on that one scorching ray would be enough to kill Gloria, but it wasn't. So but yeah, I did plan to, my plan was to do that type of intimidation and try to like scare them away. And I was hoping that the fact that I can show that I have magic would be enough to convince them that I'm not lying or deceiving them. But apparently not. Didn't work. It feels like a good learning experience for your characters. In what way? Apart from getting XP, I guess. She gets second win every short rest, potentially. Yeah, because Gloria was a fighter, right? Seemed like one of those scary fighters. One of those Kyras, you know? I think you should go over the types of chaos ability again. It's one of the coolest abilities in the game, since as long as the DM keeps giving you surges, you can keep getting advantage. Yeah, it's neat. I don't know, or why do I need to look at it again? Like, I already know the mechanics. Some stuff can't always work due to the RNG, but it went well, yeah. I thought you only used it once per rest, but maybe you were just careful. I mean, this session, I don't know if there was an opportunity for me to use Tides of Chaos again. The combat was sort of over, and I was out of spell slots, so... Yeah, I don't think I could have used it twice. Maybe I could have? I'm not sure. She's probably a monster, so no classes. I don't remember her using Action Surge. Gotcha. Make minor illusion to make you look like a superhero. That's what Tristel did, though. Like, Tristel did add, like, effects on me. I cast some magic to make, like, little ice things move around my arcane focus. And yet, didn't work. Did not intimidate Gloria's. God damn it. Did Neil say if the wizard left yet? It's up to you to decide whether they ask, but maybe you can ask how to deal with the Banshee. Maybe, yeah. I meant learning more about your character skills. You immediately went for shield to counter magic missiles. Tristel ritual cast that it felt easier for all of you. Yeah, I mean, we're all like slowly like getting used to everything. I specifically, in my notes, I added use shield in all caps because I've been forgetting to use shield throughout the entire game. And it's been like, goodness. I would have... So in one of the episodes, in the episode where Braxis dies, I really wanted to walk up to Braxis and hug him and tell him that he deserves love. I really wanted to do that. The problem was that I was hanging off of a cliff and I would have to take an attack of opportunity to walk up to Braxis. But if I'd remembered that I had shield, I could have done it, but God damn it. So the story of Braxis would probably be pretty different if I just remember that. Rip Braxis. I miss Braxis. Did this channel end game dev streams? For now, yeah. I haven't been doing a game dev stream for a long time. And like most of the projects that I'm doing right now, I struggle to focus while streaming. It just kind of, it takes away a lot of my focus. It's difficult to stream like a lot during the day when, you know, during COVID as well, because, you know, Ashley is at home and she has a lot of meetings. So it's just kind of difficult to do like the long dev streams these days. So now it's kind of limited to D&D and DDR. And then it's also because like I'm mostly working on Shapes right now, which is a plugin for Unity. And I don't really stream during that because I need to focus a lot and it takes a lot of like additional effort of my brain to just like keep up a stream. So like usually I get a headache after every stream, including D&D. It doesn't matter what I stream. I get a headache afterwards and yeah, it kind of like takes the day away from me. So there's quite a high barrier for me to stream. So I only do it if I really want to. Are you going to take a stat adjust at level 4 or a feat? I'm not sure. I've been so back and forth on this. I'm basically deciding between if I want to take the stat adjust or if I want the mobile feat. That one seems really neat. Yeah, like I'm so squishy, and the ability to move just 40, just more than everybody else, would be so useful. Yeah, having that 40 speed would be super, super nice. But yeah, it would be nice because like the stat boost is also really good because the stats that I would boost, my modifiers would also go up with that stat adjust for both of them. So like I can increase my charisma and I can increase my dexterity. Like both of those would increase my modifiers. Yeah. If you want to, you can try out the feat in a one-shot on Greg's channel. Does Greg do like one-shots with existing characters where you can like try things out, or? If you're feeling too squishy, you could also take Tough or Light Armor feat for more AC. Maybe, I feel like I kind of want to lean into being sort of the glass cannon, you know? I think I'd rather spend that on like positioning and mobility rather than like straight up AC, for better or for worse. But I kind of like that archetype, I guess. I think it's an interesting like balance of just being like powerful but very squishy. I like that. Like I feel like if I improve my AC, I feel like I'm pretty much improving my characters in ways that I shouldn't, you know? I'm still not going to be a frontline fighter, even if I increase my AC. So it doesn't add that much, you know, unless I intend to pivot to that. But I think I'd rather just keep my distance. I think shield is a very good ability. Like it's incredible. Like the fact that you can use it as a reaction makes it so powerful. Because like I don't have to activate it until I know what the attack roll is, which makes it much like it's just super strong. And something like mage armor, like it takes many attacks for mage armor to be more worth it. Mage armor would be more worth it if I'm like more in the midst of combat and multiple attacks are hitting me. But shield is much better for like one-offs when I make mistakes or something doesn't go as expected, like my own goddamn magic missiles turning around to hit me. Yeah, so I feel like I'm getting by pretty well.
I'm proud of the math that I did on that.
Over comparing shield and
Mage armor?
Mage armor, yeah, it's neat. Mage armor isn't really worth it with the way Neil does rests, unfortunately, I think. Possibly. Yeah, we actually made a little simulator that tested encounters with both shield and mage armor, and just ran a simulator for that. And yeah, I forget exactly what it was, but it was something along the lines of like, shield is better if I am only getting attacked by like one enemy or two enemies. But once it's reaching like 3 or 4 enemies attacking me, then mage armor is better. It's supposed to last until almost your next long rest. I thought mage armor was 1 hour. 8 hours? You know, we can just look this up. Mage armor 5e. 8 hours, okay. AC becomes 13 plus dex modifier, which would be 17 for me. I assume Tasha's feats are banned? Pretty much, yeah. We're only going for Player's Handbook and the base game, I guess. Except for all the custom rules that we have and Tabaxi, I guess. That's from Vola's Guide to Monsters, I think? Is that the one? I forget. Calling Tabaxi monsters, jeez. Mirror image could be cool if you're looking for long-range protection, maybe? Possibly, yeah. They technically were in earlier editions. Moderately armored might be okay, since it also increases your dex to 18. Moderately armored? What is that, a spell or is it a feat, or what is that? Never seen anyone use Tabaxi as a monster in 2E though, or at all for that matter. Gotcha. Oh, unless you wear medium armor. But I like the aesthetic of not wearing medium armor. What about that? I'm gonna have to redo my character art. Not sure how it would work with Neil's custom AC rules. Is it linked to Dex? The base AC is based on the Dex modifier, yeah. Like there are different sources of dexterity. You have your base AC, and then if you have like armor, you add to that AC. If you're holding a shield, you add to that AC and so forth. Well played, thanks. Oh, the whole first battle was scary. I was worried we would just fail that completely. Oh my goodness. It's like, especially when Biggs and Wedge and everyone was just like going down one after the other. It was like, oh geez. Okay.
You swimming?
Thor is currently swimming upside down on Ashley's desk and poking at Ashley. All right. Thank you all for joining. Thor wants us to go to bed, so we must listen to Thor.